Hello, and welcome. I'm filling in for No Green Rocks today. I am Extrazero, the producer for the Legion of Reamers. Unfortunately, Rocks had some stuff come up today, so he won't be able to join us. But we do have a very special guest for you today. We have Mr. Philip Chan and Gray from Project Eggroll. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
We're doing great, bro.
Man.
Yeah,
Great to have you on. Like, really great to see you guys. I know Rox is a huge fan. I'm looking forward to talking about who you guys are and what you do. But before we get into that, if you're watching us here live on YouTube, thank you very much. We wouldn't be able to do this show without all the fine folks that tune in each and every week to the Legion of Memestream Memestream. So thank you. And if you're watching us, make sure you slam that like button. Make sure if you're not already, you're subscribed. Ring that notification bell. And also, pop over to that live chat. We'll be highlighting your comments and chatting with you all throughout the course of the show. And also, while you're at it, consider becoming a member. We do have exclusive member content that are some how-to videos. If you're interested in getting started in editing or meme making, we've got a lot of valuable content that'll be coming your way. So consider supporting the show and becoming a member. So, yeah, before we get into... That we do need like a member berries.
Funny you say that. I just edited that into my recent video. Have you guys heard that the Trade Federation will be in the Acolyte Star Wars show?
Oh, are they going to be talking like this again in this show?
Now
they'll be female.
In the Star Wars.
Like, out of all the things you could bring back from Star Wars, freaking Trade Federation from the Phantom Menace. That's the best. It's the bottom of the barrel. Like, we're scrapping the bottom of the barrel now.
Oh,
would you expect anything less?
Well, I think Jar Jar Binks would be the bottom of the barrel, wouldn't it?
No, Jar Jar is a god. He is key to everything.
I just wish they'd make that robot chicken thing canon, where Jar Jar goes to visit Anakin as Vader, and he just can't stand him, and he shoots him at the airlock, and then Jar Jar comes back as the Force goes to haunt him. That would bring me back.
Yeah.
Well, let's bring it back and let's find out how our hosts are doing. I guess we'll start off with true pop culture. I'm calling him out just as he turned his camera off because I'm that sort of a dick today.
He was fixing his fridge again.
Yeah.
Okay. Point.
All right. I've just edited like a huge chunk of Marvel's Avengers, and I uploaded a video of certain highlights and funny moments and stuff like that. And what I noticed is I keep adjusting my fringe. It's really driving me crazy. So I'm trying to not annoy the audience and by doing it constantly on camera. So I apologize.
My wife and I have been rewatching Better Call Saul, and that was kind of like the Saul Goodman hair swoop.
Yeah.
So drop a Saul Bieber meme in the thread. The meme break.
Hello there, everyone. I'm True Pop Culture 7, here to laugh and think about pop culture and the entertainment industry in general. I guess I'm looking forward to the show. It's always a pleasure to be on the meme stream and hanging out with you guys. And as for stuff that come into my channel, I do have a show tomorrow with Mark the Cyborg, so look forward to that.
Nice.
Returning guest. And,
are you going to be on his channel or are you going to be on yours?
He's going to be on mine.
Okay, awesome.
With the show tomorrow. Mark's a friend of mine. He's the first ever YouTuber I ever edited for, so definitely a lot to be thankful for. He's a good dude. And looking forward to speaking with you guys more. Got plenty of topics to talk about, so.
Absolutely. All right, next up, Oculus. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, pretty great as always regarding the entire Legion cast. But yes, my name is Oculus. You can find me and follow me on Twitter where I post mostly Friday night type memes. But lately I've been testing out some new AI images going on that I've been posted.
Oh, the ones on Bing?
Yeah, those Bing image creators are pretty well.
How do you do it? Like, Bing is useless, so I'm curious.
Now you gotta type it up random and certain details you need to add in, and they create it for you, like 4 images they do.
Huh.
See, a Danny DeVito one you did, and then I saw Thanos. Was he shopping? No, it was Ryan Gosling shopping for something, wasn't it?
Legos, yeah.
Yeah, Legos. Yeah.
And there's
And
one with
Samuel L. Jackson as Snow White. Yeah,
They look really
based
good, man.
yeah.
Mm.
I mean, who knows? I'll probably implement them down the road for F&T memes, but hey, who knows?
don't know how
Yeah,
well
so
it
core
recognizes
members.
YouTubers.
Yeah, sorry. Go pop.
I don't know how well it recognizes YouTubers. Would it? I don't know.
No, I tried doing like Ryan or Gary and Ash, but they come out wrong.
Yeah.
But- Don't they come out right though?
Who knows?
I know what you mean. If it's one that's trained, like if you're using that software where you train it yourself, you can make them come out really good. But as far as putting in I found the ones that work from photos, the basic ones are not as good, you know.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a famous person that they know.
All right. Next up, we got CJP, Forgotten One Music. CJ, you were telling us you've got some stuff coming up.
Well, yeah, I've been working on, I like to do, kind of off the wall stuff for when I hit certain sub levels. So I've got a big one planned for when I hit 500, because then that'll be right at monetization level. So I've got an entire NES soundtrack in the GoldenEye sound fonts ready to go. Just, got to hit that 500 subs. I'm only 85 away, so I'm just inching ever closer. And then this last week on my show, the Forgotten One Cast, I introduced Paul Hadouken to the world of Japanese jazz fusion.
Hell yeah.
It's a genre he wasn't as familiar with, so I wanted to, play it. And surprisingly enough, all the music I played on that show, I didn't get dinged once on YouTube, which was nice. I like that.
That is nice.
Right on. All right, next up, Devil Made Me Do It. How you doing, my dude?
I'm doing well. Devil Made Me Do It and Alec3 on the Twitters. Check it out. Check out Get Ranked tomorrow, and check out, we have Beelzebub every Saturday morning, essentially, from now on, with Kenzo, me, Ryan Reaper, and Paul Hadouken. And our first episode was this last week, this week, and it was really good. Really good.
I had fun.
True Pop jumped in.
Very cool.
Very relaxed, chill pub vibe we had going. We had green-haired anti-liberal as our first guest, and yeah, it was we had more viewers than we were expecting to have, didn't we, guys?
Oh yeah,
It was,
very good.
It's good.
I did forget one quick thing, though, and I know this one will go all over a lot of people's heads, but I just have to do it. Tuck Fexes.
Okay.
Some people will know that, some people won't. But I just have to say it.
Tuck Fexes.
Tuck Fexes.
No,
Is it something to do with like gym pants or what?
No, it's a football thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm still going for baseball.
Do you mean soccer or like American football?
American football.
American.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
just call
mine-
it soccer, Kenzo?
No,
I thought you were English.
You can't win. You just can't win.
No,
Well-
I was gonna play no foosball.
Well, Kenzo, you might not be able to win, but we do care how the hell you're doing.
I'm doing very well, Zero. I was watching the Full Aussie today. I don't know if anyone else watched, but they were having a fundraising stream for
Yes.
Raging Rhino's sister, and they raised like close to $5,000 on the stream. So shout out to them,
nice.
guys.
Yeah.
Done really well. And I wanted to give a shout out firstly to Cell Shade, who's in the chat, who this week put out a video breaking down my animation that I'd put out and giving me some, because I'm new to animation, he's a pro, like he's giving me some tips, like how I could make my stuff better. And it was really good. It was fun to watch.
There can be only one.
I saw Derby pop in, so I just had to go.
Making fun of someone with a disability?
I was trying. I couldn't hear you guys there for a moment. I was trying to figure out why, and then I realized my audio's not on.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that would help you hear.
Someone with a
Well-
disability is retarded.
Of course, he's already gone blind. We can't have him going deaf.
Well, blind.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was a very nice weeks so far. We had our first stream on Beelzebub with Ryan Reaper, Paul Hadouken, and Devil, and that went really well, man. It's good to be here on Saturday on the Legion stream with everyone apart from Danny.
Well, Jeremy, how the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Back Taco King.
Oh, my audio went out again. I'm not lying again.
For fuck's sake.
So I opened up right as you were like, how the hell are you doing, Back Taco King? Okay, hi, I'm Dermy Wormy, king of the Back Taco. This power couch shit gots to stop. I mean, come on. Nobody actually knows what the fuck a power couch is.
Power
Back Taco
couch.
is self-explanatory.
Power couch.
I'm-
Bitch.
Explanatory.
No, it's not. Explanatory. Shut up.
Explanatarium.
I feel betrayed. I can safely say that. It's not like my two ukes decided to leave me for the devil. You know,
What?
Come
yeah,
on,
it's
man.
not like
Why did they leave you?
He don't do all the
it's not
gay
like
shit.
you guys. Listen, you guys decided to leave me. You went over to the devil. I invite you every week, and you're like, "Oh, it's too early, late for us," you know, whatever.
It's 4 a.m.
It's 4 a.m. dude.
Get the fuck off. Get the fuck over it, okay? I wake up at 2 a.m. and I wake up at 4 a.m. every single day to go to the gym. So fuck off.
Also,
I'm
that's
doing
your
pretty good.
boyfriend's name. Okay, good. Glad we got that cleared up.
No, it's Axel. Actually, get it right.
Axel,
I'm doing just fine. Yeah, I'm doing just fine. Had a great stream last night with Aussie Overlord. He's going to be coming on again. I'm trying to get him in touch with some of the full Aussie crew. So
He had a nice hat.
he fit in really nicely. And he hurt my soul there towards the end. But we'll move on from that.
You have a soul to hurt?
Yeah,
Used
he
to
hurt
me.
my spirit.
Oh, okay.
He hurt me deep. He said Avas aren't mechs.
Well, we know this.
Yeah.
No, you're
What's
wrong.
the bloody
and he's
difference?
wrong. The difference? On one hand, you're saying Avas are like Titans from Attack on Titan, which is retarded. On the other hand, there's a mech.
Right.
So if you put tinfoil all over a Titan, it becomes a mech.
No.
Are you talking about tits, Dermy? I mean, Jesus. Like
No,
Adas.
how did you get to tits? How did you get
The way you're
tits
saying
Always
it,
from
goes back
mechs?
to
Talking
tits,
about
man.
it.
What the fuck? What's wrong with you?
Oh no.
I know it always goes back
I'm
to
all
dick
about
with you,
ass. Have
but
you
we're
not figured
men.
this out? I'm about ass. Great ass.
Hairy ass.
Oh, so like the bug.
Oh, sorry about this,
Hell is
guest.
Adas or anything else in this Gundam crap.
Making fun of
I
someone
think
with
I
a
just scared
disability?
off all of Project Eggroll. They're like J
I'm so
fans
sorry.
and stuff, and I'm the
I'm
most
so
degenerate
sorry.
motherfucker here. So
All right. Well, let's rerail this again. I am filling in for No Green Rocks today. No Green Rocks is, of course, our leader, creator, and founder here at the Legion of Memers. I am Extrazero. I'm the producer. I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a pretty low-key Saturday. Got to go enjoy a nice lunch with my wife. So we got to go have a lunch date before this. I'm ready to rock and roll, look at some memes, have some fun stories, get to know Project Eggroll better. Before we do, I do want to highlight one thing. As Kenzo brought up, everybody knows and loves Raging Rhino from his solo channel and from the Full Aussie. His sister is going through a really tough time right now. So I do want to highlight this. There's a GoFundMe out there for her. They are almost at their goal. This morning's stream for the Full Aussie, they were raising money through Stream Elements. They had some really generous people pop in and got them up around $5,000 additional. So, this is a really good cause for someone awesome in the community. I just wanted to highlight this, and I put the link in the chat for anybody that wants to or would consider helping out. For Nicole's effort and all this money is going to go towards her treatment and surgeries and what have you. It's a really good cause for the sister of a really awesome person in the community. So wanted to bring that up real quick. Let's highlight our chat real quick. We got a bunch of folks hanging out with us already, starting out with our girl Triss. Roll your egg roll. Professor Savage coming in saying I love egg rolls.
I love refrigerators.
This Kenzo dude, chat, you're all dogs. He certainly doesn't like not fond of the chat there. Static 2020, let's go. True Pop Culture saying hello there. We've got D Norama saying hail the Legion. Professor Savage Dad chiming in saying let's go, hail the Legion. Love to hear it. Our girl Melee K with the howdy. Our boy Horny Alf with hail memers. Cell Shade saying hello, everybody, with family for Thanksgiving weekend. I'm guessing Canadian Thanksgiving's early this year.
oh yeah, it is.
Alec Baldwin's
It's-
finger with
listen.
a hail.
Who actually cares about Canada? Okay, I'm convinced Canada is the enemy of the world. Okay, I'm convinced we're judging the wrong border. They have this weird thing up there. What the fuck's Poutine? Okay, it's Poutine.
Poutine is
Those are
delicious.
weird.
You're the enemy of the
No.
world.
Yeah.
I had
It's
Poutine a while
100%
ago,
Canada.
You're the enemy of glory hole virginities.
It's no
Tommy
Mexican
coming in
slur
with
for
a hail
Canadian.
to the Legion of Memers, the chat and mods. Thank you, Tommy. Dino Rama saying ex-planetory. I mean, look, he had hooked on phonics. Ledger Williams coming in.
I had
Hail
hooked on
the Legion.
something else. Can't think of some degenerate thing
Jeremy
to say.
fell English. That's impossible.
No, I did fail English several times.
Why am I not shocked? And we've got
it's this thing called not doing my work.
Skirmitar with the hello and Melee K coming in. Poutine rocks, but Canada sucks. So
You know what, Melee K, at least you accept it.
Canada.
At least she accepts it.
Before we get in to spotlighting our guest, I do want to go ahead and shout out our affiliate, Coffee Brand Coffee. We have an affiliate promo code with Coffee Brand Coffee. Our promo code is Hail the LOM. That is Hail the LOM. Will get you a discount on Coffee Brand Coffee. So go ahead and check them out. And thank you to Coffee Brand Coffee and Jeremy from the Quartering for giving us our first affiliate link. We really appreciate it. And, great company, great independent company to consider supporting. So check them out today, coffeebrandcoffee.com. All right. Well, it's time to spotlight our guest, Project Eggroll. We've got Mr. Philip Chan and Gray. Again, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us, Gray. I know it is early over in the Philippines, so I appreciate you hopping on. Why don't you just give us a rundown on who you guys are and what you do?
Gray, you want to go first?
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah. So as Extrazero said, forgive me if I'm gonna be absent-minded at points. It's 4:20 in the morning, and I just came from a wedding.
Perfect time.
Oh wow!
I just came from a wedding, so yeah.
Did you sleep at all?
4:20.
I'm not sure. But
On a scale of
yeah.
1 to 10, how drunk are you?
No, not really. I did some drinking, but not a lot.
Get some Monster Energy.
Yeah. So yeah. I appreciated the intro you guys made for us. That was actually really funny, with me and Phil being Gohan and Trunks. that was actually really funny.
That's Go 10.
Go 10, yes.
Oh, okay, go. the combining, yes.
What happened from Go 1 and through Go 9?
What?
Bad joke.
Yeah, that was when Devil's calling you out on a bad joke. You know it.
Hey, I am a dad. I'm allowed to make dad jokes. Okay.
Not that bad of dad jokes. Not that bad.
No, the worse of dad joke is the better.
Yeah. The worse they are, the better it is.
True.
Exactly. Thank you.
Well, the worst dad jokes are all about Chris Benoit. So.
Oh no!
I have no idea who that is.
Poster said, "Don't tell mom that the babysitter's Chris Benoit."
That was me that posted it.
It was you. Oh God.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
So Project Eggroll.
Yeah. So we're Project Eggroll. It's what's it called again? We're Asian and we have a podcast.
Are you guys Asian?
Really?
I had no idea. Wow.
Jim, you're not Asian.
We checked for these people.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yo, thank you so much for inviting us on to do this. It's a pleasure. We've been seeing all of your memes like during like Friday Night Tights and all the other stuff. Like you guys are stellar and it's we love everything that you do, and the fact that we're on your show, it's a pleasure to be on your show
too. Yeah.
But but in terms of we basically just talk about pop culture stuff. We try not to dabble anything into political stuff. I know that it's sometimes they're related, but we usually talk about pop culture and like video games, anime, and stuff like that. Like, and we just most of the time we just complain. We just complain.
Yeah.
We try not to complain as much, but just Hollywood just gives us a lot of ammo for us to complain about. So it's just but yeah, it's just, if you have any questions, just ask away. We have like how we met and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy. How, like,
yeah, no, I'd love to hear about that.
So
we met on the field of battle. It was an epic anime fight. Just fantastic.
So how we actually met was I think when I used to stream on when I used to stream on Twitch, I was playing Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I was just randomly, Gray just popped up and he's like, hello, and he was like helping me because like he was a a whiz and a guru in Three Houses, so he was able to help me. And then one day I just took 4 hours streaming, and I was just complaining about all the stuff that's coming out of Hollywood, complaining that like Fox has the live action IP still to make a Dragon Ball movie, and now it's over with Disney. And then I was also complaining about One Piece back then before I found out that it was really good. And then it was just 4 hours. And at the end of that live stream, like one of my mods was like, hey, have you ever thought about doing like a live stream or a podcast or whatever? I'm like, maybe, I'll think about it. And Gray's like, if you do it, I'll do it with you. And I found out that he was in the Philippines. And the first time we actually met in person was at the Friday Night Tights meetup in Vegas.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. Where the Asians conjoined.
Yeah. Me and Kenzo met at the London meetup. So yeah, it's always nice to meet people at meetups,
He smelled nice.
Nobody cares.
I'm gonna stay away from you now.
I think you're gonna.
So you guys met and when you met at the Friday Night Tates meetup. Was that like when you guys first decided, okay, really, how did you form Project Eggroll? Where did it come from, and how did it all start?
So we started it last year in late August, and we're like okay, Gray reached out to me. So are we actually going to be doing this thing? And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. If it's like if we start making money monetarily or getting any kind of like following, then it is what it is. But like this is more for an area where we can just hang out with your friends and just talk about stuff that you love, stuff that's bothering you, and most of it's usually like I think we were complaining about. We
started with like and House of the Dragon. That was the time when we started. Yeah, it's Project Eggroll was originally just meant for me to be, because back when I was still live streaming at Twitch, like I have a tendency I don't do it the way Phil does it. Like he talks to his audience first and talks about the news, then he plays video games. I just jump straight to the video game. So it's like I thought I needed a just chatting section for my branding. And I thought maybe Project Eggroll was a good way of doing it. Then yeah, that's how it began for us.
Yeah, and the name Project Eggroll was I wanted something Asian related, of course, and I'm like, okay, how can I do this? And I remember watching Rush Hour 2, and then they're like, oh, so what are we gonna do to us? He's like, oh, he's gonna tie us up and gag us. He's like, okay, that's not that bad. And then they're gonna bring us to the desert and chop off our egg rolls. Like, and then Chris took about our egg rolls. Hell no. So then I'm like, I think that could be a good playoff of that. So then, and originally I wanted to use like an actual like egg roll as our icon, but I'm like, drawing that might look phallic, so we ended up just using an egg instead.
Reminds me of Superbad when Jonah Hill's character is talking about how the best foods are all phallic. It's like, it's like you know what foods are shaped like dicks? The best kind.
He's not wrong now that you think about it.
Not Project Adobo or Project Ponseed or anything like that. Just had to be egg roll.
Well, the thing is that they have lumpia, and so then like, okay, what's both our cultures we have, right? That's like similar. So I'm like, okay, I think egg roll is good enough. Like if we did call it Project Lumpia, they'll probably think I'm Filipino, and I did ask my wife because she is Filipino. So I'm like, what do you think about the name? She's like, I think the name is pretty good. I'm like, okay. So like I got her blessing for like, making sure that the name is not like, extremely like, Project Chinks or something like that.
He can say it, we can't. Well, maybe
no, we can say it. but it's just not really recommended or appropriate.
For us.
Yeah.
Although I can say retard and gay.
That's what I was asking.
Because you're a
I'll
gay
see you
retard.
next Tuesday.
Been in trouble for saying that one.
So I guess you know, aside from the fact that you guys got to meet at the FNT meetup, what has been the highlight of your streaming journey so far?
I'm not sure if Gray agrees, but ours was when we had like 2 to 4 viewers, and it was in like November or December, and then Drunk 3PO just randomly popped up in our chat. It just says hi. And we're like, no way, that's a fake account.
Yeah,
that's a bot.
That's actually
No
where
way,
I first
that's Jay.
saw. Well, that's where I first saw you guys, was super chatting Drunk 3PO stream. That's how I first.
They're Asian and have a podcast.
Yeah, but like for me, it was like I've been following Jay like for a while. I think ever since
me too.
Yeah, like I think he was at like maybe like 30,000, maybe 35,000 subscribers back then. And then he was still like, I was talking to him, it's like, you still had the Blue Yeti, like the snowball, like it was just you, like it was like an old mic. And he's like, wow, it's a while ago. And then like we thought that you were a fake account, and he's like, you can check my stuff. So then we just like clicked on his name and went directly to his like, I know. And I started like immediately started like sweating. I'm like, it's actually him. Holy crap.
Yeah.
But that was like one major highlight for me. And then meeting everyone was pretty surreal in you know, the Friday Night Tights, the whole like entire fellowship, Geeks and Gamers was pretty crazy. And meeting Gray for the first time was pretty nuts too. You know, like him like flying 18 hours just to hang out for like a week was wild.
Yeah, for sure. It's probably the same for me. It's actually really funny how we first met, because like my mom was the one who saw you first, and then when you came out of your car, the first thing you did was throw your McDonald's trash rather than. So is that really him? Because like he went to throw up his trash first, and you were wearing sunglasses and your mask was black. So I had to check. Oh yeah, it's really him. But yeah, the Friday Night Tights meetup they were incredibly welcoming to us. Like when we were lining up to Extrazero, to Gary, Jay and Ryan were like, Eggroll, and everyone was shouting Eggroll.
Nice.
They were incredibly warm,
wow.
welcoming to us. Yeah.
Well, that's how
What
they
was
were
the
yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna say who was the you know, of all the people that you got to meet at the Friday Night Tights meetup, was there anybody you really connected with? Anybody that you like really enjoyed talking to more than anybody else?
Gray, you want to go first?
It's probably gonna be Jay, because that's where it all started for us, and then we got pretty close to X-Wing too, whom we had last week.
Yeah, I've seen he's been on your channel, which is
shout out X-Wing.
Yeah, and I wasn't really, and I thought it was gonna be like a panel, kind of like a Comic Con style, like, but it's actually you get to interact with them face to face. So when I got to Gary, I didn't know what to say.
I was the same with Gary as well. I didn't really know what to say.
Gary was so easy to talk to. It's so easy
was,
to talk to, though. Yeah.
Yeah, and Gary, he doesn't look very big in the webcam, but when you see him in person, he's actually a large person.
Oh, I thought he was smaller than me.
Yeah, he looks small, right, in his webcam, but he's actually very big in real life. Yeah.
Yeah,
But everyone there was everyone there was really awesome. It's just that because it just started with Jay, so that's why I'm saying that. But everyone there was really welcoming, for sure.
We had a late addition to the panel. We have Horny Alf. Now, Horny Alf was at the Friday Night Tights meetup in Vegas. Did you guys get to meet?
I don't think so.
He's a big furry guy. Like he likes to eat cats.
I got to go to the Dallas meetup, and I had the same experience. It was a lot of fun. I liked talking to Gary. He was really easy to talk to, but his time was very limited because he had one of the largest lines there.
Yeah, he had a very long line.
I found I got to meet Odin. He is really easy to talk to. Good guy. So
that's like we got to I spent most time with Adam Krigler and quarter black Garrett. And again, they were both really easy to connect with. We sat down and had drinks with them and stuff. It was sort of more of a sit down, relaxed chat. Like when I was in front of Gary, I was kind of nervous, didn't really know what to say, like I was just kind of blurting stuff out. And like you said, it was a short time that we had with him. Whereas when we actually got to sit down with Garrett and Adam and sort of crack some jokes and stuff and talk about, just shoot the shit with them, it was really nice.
I feel like there's different people throughout the community or fellowship, whatever the hell you want to call it, that you connect with on an easier level. Like when I went to Matsuri, for example, I connected with Camelot a whole lot easier than I could connect with Gary. And I think there's also like levels to like these creators. Like Gary does seem like that top creator, even though he's an everyday guy. But when you talk to somebody like Camelot, Cecil, Chrissy Mayer, it's easier to kind of approach them.
I had a great, when I went to Dallas, I had a great time because I just rolled in with the comics division crew, and they let me come out to their content house when they were doing their stream. So that was really fun.
Like I guess the question, not that question, but your question to me was who I would say, yeah, definitely Jay, because I was able to actually get to talk to Jay a day before. No, not just Jay, but the entire Geeks and Gamers crew, other than Ryan, a day before the event. Because and the thing is that I was messaging Gray, but I think Gray fell asleep. so Jay was like, hey, can you come out? And I was like, oh, he's like, so you can give us the shirts and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I have all your shirts. So I went out there. We met up at the Mirage, and Jay was there. And then like you can't miss him. Jay's like 6'4". He's a tall guy. So
yeah.
So like. And when I first met him, and I was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" He's like, "Oh, everyone's coming. Like, they're going to be coming back." And I was talking to Jay, and he's like, "All right, I'm going to go to the, I'm going to grab the shirt and I'm going to put it on right away." And then he came back, and then we were just talking, and he seems like a really chill guy. And I can't thank him enough. It's because like if it wasn't for him, like our channel would probably still be the small channel it is. And I would consider myself us and Gray. Our channel is really, really small, but like we wouldn't have blown up as much as we did if it wasn't for him. And then Beardo comes in with his what's it called again, his camera, and then everyone's like Project Eggroll, and it was wild. And then after the cameras went off, like Jeremy literally went from super on camera and he just went, "Oh my god, I'm so tired." And he was just like super chill guy. He's not like the loud, like high energy person that you see him as. And he comes up to me and whispers in my ear. He's like, "You owe Drunk 3PO everything." And I was like, he's like, if it wasn't for him, like his kind-heartedness and his kindred spirit, like your channel, like the fact that Jay just being Jay, you guys wouldn't have gotten like the amount of followers you guys have right now if it wasn't for him. And he's just a super nice guy. And he's like, we make fun of him all the time, but he's like one of the best. And then I'm like, yeah, like I agree. And being able to talk to everyone, it felt very, very, very weird, is because seeing your your idols or the people that you've been following for such a long time. It's crazy.
You watch them on the screen like all the time, on your journey, on your work, on your journey, car ride anywhere or anything like that, and to see them right in front of you, like you can't tell to pinch yourself. Oh no, these are actual people, not just people that I listen to about pop culture things. And that was just like a surreal. It was weird, but in a good way. It felt much, because when you listen to them, it feels authentic. When you meet them in person, it's even more authentic times 1,000. So it was good in that sense. To go to the meetup.
It's crazy too, like how sometimes, like, for you guys to mention that like you guys were fans of Jay, and then he elevated, he was integral to making you guys recognizable in the fellowship. It's like I have a similar story. It's like I was a huge fan of Screw Attack and Stuttering Craig for years, and then he relaunched Side Scrollers. And I started up, like, hey, why not? I'll start making memes for their show, and just started posting them on Twitter. And then Craig started highlighting the memes, and now the memes are like an integral part of their show. And that's how I got No Green Rocks' attention. So it's always cool when people in the community lift up others, they recognize talent and help elevate them. In terms of visibility, it's just always awesome to see.
Yeah.
I also will say, just real quick, I think everybody also has that one creator that they just talked to maybe once or saw that gave them that final push that they needed. Like Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers is the guy that did that for me.
I guess my last question before we get into some stories, is there anybody that you guys really want to work with or have some crossover with in the near future?
Obviously me.
To be honest, like being with you guys is like pretty awesome. Like it's like you reaching out to us. It was, I'm like, holy shit, they're like, you guys, like we feel like we're such small, like, content creators and like it's, you guys been, doing memes for like the fellowship and like Geeks and Gamers and like everyone who's a part of the fellowship, like for quite some time, and just getting acknowledgement from you guys to even come on the show. I would say it's,
that's a pretty big thing. That's a pretty big thing for us.
Yeah, it's very humbling. But in terms of like content creators, like I know that people are saying like, oh, you guys should be on like Tuesday night's main event. I'm like it'll be cool, but we're not interesting in my opinion.
That's what I feel as well.
Yeah.
Everybody has levels of interest.
Never sell yourself short. That's what I.
For me, it's like Michael Cusack, Jared Wright, or DSP.
DSP. Why?
Well, I think if I do that thing where I sit on my hand for 5 minutes, and then not on stream, so
no tubing.
Yeah, no. The other ones are actually animators. DSP is just a wanker.
Oh, okay.
Well, figuratively and literally, he's a wanker.
Yep.
Making fun of someone with a disability.
So Cavatino, Calvary, and Shay says you guys should definitely reach out to Gina Carano.
Yeah. I wanted to add, like, it's an interesting question that you posed, like, Extrazero. Who would you like to collaborate in the future? And I was thinking about that, and well, Mauler predominantly, Mags, yeah. Purely because
Mauler is on the list for people I'm trying to get on. So you may have your opportunity.
I doubt it. Maybe.
Extrazero. I'm gonna once Pop's done. I think you might know who I want to get. You might know his name.
Because they talk all about script writing and writing movies, and that's something that I'm definitely pursuing. I'm the type of guy who will watch a movie and will just say, oh, this part doesn't make sense because this character had this motivation and bloody blah. And it's just like my siblings just look at me like, you are such a pain to watch movies with. It is unbelievable. I can't deny it. I just overanalyze movies sometimes, but I love it. I love stories. I love breaking it all down, and it's partly why, I love listening to some of the faps and them breaking down movies. It's just, oh wait, I haven't thought of that. Oh yeah, that doesn't make sense as well. And it all just like clicks, and I think it's useful for writing stories of your own, That and Shad or Melody Mac, definitely talking about some Christian-esque things. Probably Gary as well, as like all the guys that I do memes on. They're all great. Everyone in the fellowship is great, to be honest. So there's no one I would definitely be bored with.
Right on. So Jeremy, tell us about how you want to meet Buck Angel.
No, I'm being serious here. I want to meet Joel Heyman.
Who?
Joel Heyman.
Who?
He was Caboose in Red vs. Blue. He was one of the founding members of Achievement Hunter, and he got kicked out for being more libertarian and stuff like that. And he was an awesome dude and extremely hilarious.
Well, Demi, wait a minute. Are you saying that you're rejecting the almighty and fabulous Director X of the Robin Hood show?
No, I still want to see Director X 110%. 110%. I want Director X on, but like one of my goal people is Joel Heyman.
Okay.
And you get so you get to pick 3. You said of who you want to have on your show.
Well, no, we were just doing like one.
Whoever you want to collaborate with.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got 3. One, I'd like to get Gina Carano on, but I'm not allowed to contact her, anymore legally.
What did you do?
Then probably Donald Trump, just because I like to reach for the top. And lastly, Jesus, because we really need to have it out like on on stream.
Hey,
so
I kind of look like him a little bit.
How about Stan Lee? Bring him on.
It's like
he threw
the
that
best-
fight 30 years ago. Sorry.
Yeah.
Devil, when you
the
have
best we'll be
Jesus
able to
on,
do
let me
for
know.
Devil is Alec Baldwin, the guy that plays Ezra in Ahsoka, and God, I don't know.
What? Why Ezra?
We'll give you Ronda. We'll give you Ronda because he looks like Jesus.
Oh,
we'll give you Ronda Rousey because she's cheaper. Let's highlight a few more chats here before we get into our first story. I want to shout out Tomby for gifting 5 show memberships. So if you happen to get a membership from Tomby, give a big thank you. Tomby coming in again saying hail to the Legion of Memers chat and mod. Go and pull up some of these other chats that we got. Clinton House coming in. Hail, the Legion have work going on. So more of a background for me. Well, hope you enjoy listening, Clinton. Jack Tarlad, who's going to be our guest next week with a hello there. A serious man saying Eggroll. Got our boy Paul Hadouken with a hail. Tomby also saying it was at the London meetup. Was an amazing time. Amazed at everyone adopting the British queuing system. Wiki me that saying hail the Legion.
Tommy, I wish I could have seen you there. I was at the London meetup too. I met some subscribers, people who subscribe to my channel. I met people there. That was just like, wait, people subscribe. Yeah, that was a surreal experience.
I just made Pop queue up for me.
yeah. Literally, I was like
the
queuing up for Gary like for eternity. I kind of pushed it, but don't tell anyone that chat. Because I noticed like Golden Age Geek was like, hey, Golden Age Geek was in front of me, and he's like further along, so I joined him. Kind of in a cheeky way. But yeah, the queues were long. They were really long. So I feel guilty about pushing in.
It's a lining up.
Why can't you just say a line? Why do you have to make up these words?
Look, motherfucker,
seriously.
Well, because it's their English. It's their
all right. Okay.
No,
so...
they have this weird thing where they call buses like trolleys and shit like this. No, you guys make up fucking words. You put U's where they don't belong. We took the language and we improved it.
Wait, Kenzo, what does he mean by buses? What do I call it?
This is the biscuit argument all over again, Kenzo.
Yeah.
Let's get through these chats. We got DJ Axis coming in with a hail.
What's up, DJ?
Legion. We got Rogue Attraction with an Eggroll. Bad Take Bojan coming in. And happy belated anniversary, Tina, with a good afternoon, friends. And see, am I caught up? Let me make sure that we're caught up.
Did you get
Metastep
Metastep?
coming in. Metastep saying that he is late and gay.
Not as gay as me.
about Metastep.
No one's as gay. No one's as gay as Dermy.
Well, this is true. Let's get into our first story of the day.
We're only just getting into stories. Oh, okay.
we are just getting the stories.
50 minutes in.
Yeah, I know, right? So we kind of talked about this a little bit before we went live. From Neil Druckmann.
Why did you have to go with this?
Real quick.
Alec Baldwin's finger.
Whoa!
Oh.
With a 50.
Alec Baldwin's finger. Thank you.
50.
Comes in saying small PP power. Thank you. We appreciate that very much.
Yes, Extrazero does have small PP power.
With like the 37 English pounds.
Yeah, I can't speak on Gray's behalf, but I definitely have
Yeah,
physically
we're
small
Asian.
PP.
We're Asian, so small PP for sure.
the South Park. Oh, no, I feel it's the best small.
Super small, super small.
You know, we could say you have above
Legion
average
of Mimo,
Asia.
so big
Above
penis,
average
so
in Asia.
big.
Like me.
Cavatino Calvin Chase says, "I thought Mark the Cyborg was as a bringer in Ahsoka. Somebody mean that.
He would move better, that's for sure.
All right,
Shit, you're
so surprising no one, Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is currently in development. What can we say other than
Wait, wasn't this announced like a while back?
Yeah, it looks like it.
It was I guess kind of
confirmed.
rumored, but it wasn't
Yeah.
officially announced. I don't know. I guess everybody saw this. It's kind of funny though, because didn't they patch DualSense support into Last of Us Part 2?
I don't know. I still
Right.
don't have a PlayStation.
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
It's the
Here's the
remaster
first
that they
one.
don't kill Joel. I'm just,
All right.
I played the first one. Second one was I watched the gameplay and died inside.
Okay.
I had no interest in playing the second one after the leaks came out. After I saw what they did to Joel and the Abby character. I had no interest. I mean, Phil Gray, did you guys play this at all? Do you have any interest?
Phil, do you want to go first, or?
So the first time I played The Last of Us was when they mastered it recently for the PS5. So I've only played the first one. I really enjoyed the first one, and I think that if I played the game first and then watched the show, I would have been sort of upset. But I did it the other way around. I watched the show first and then I played it. But I didn't play the second one. I know Gray did.
Okay. Yeah, so I played the first one. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the first one. I played the PS3 one. I played the PS4 one, but I didn't get the PS5 one anymore because I'm not paying $70 for a game I played twice. But Phil, it's definitely worth it for Phil because that was his first experience. But then, yes, the second one, okay, I'm gonna have to talk about it more. Yeah, I made a review on it on Project Eggroll. So yeah, I played the game. I was one of those who were like Extrazero. I was very upset with what they did with the leaks and all, with what happened to Joel. But then after letting it subside a bit, I decided I'd jump in the game. And my critique of it is, yes, the writing was a pile of crap, but everything else, the gameplay, the graphics, it's actually pretty enjoyable. If you can just, if you want to look at it objectively, it's actually a great game, minus the writing.
That's exactly my thoughts on Uncharted 4. I think the story is shit in Uncharted 4, but the gameplay is absolutely fantastic. And speaking of Uncharted, here's the thing. Naughty Dog.
Why are we going to Uncharted?
Instead of
We're
doing
Last of Us.
8 fucking time of doing fucking remasters on Last of Us 1 and Last of Us 2. Like, it wasn't long ago Last of Us was launched, and now you're already doing a remaster of it. How about you give us a fucking remaster of Uncharted 1? It severely needs it. It's the worst Uncharted game to play. With Uncharted 4, you can skip the cutscenes. For fuck's sake, it is staying there, rotting, and nothing. Uncharted 2 is still playable, still the best game, by far my favorite. Uncharted 1 is not.
Did Neil Druckmann work on Uncharted 1?
I don't give a shit.
I can't
it's
remember.
Naughty Dog. It's
No, because I had a reason to go with this. I think they're only doing what Neil wants them to do now. So that's kind of my point.
I heard True Pop really loved the Avengers game.
Oh yeah, sure.
Just like Eric July. I mean, he enjoyed it.
The Avengers game, it's been delisted, so you can't purchase it on any online store. So you can't play it on the PlayStation or Steam. And I just played it before it got delisted, and I'm just uploading like videos of it of highlights, and little funny edits. I'm okay with my editing, I guess. It doesn't get the biggest views. It's really not worth the effort. But I got to get something on the channel. That's the way I look at it. But yeah,
I just want to know if they do one thing for this remastered, if they add the mini game that got cut, I might be in. Are you guys familiar with this mini game?
What is it?
Mini golf?
It's called Joel in 1.
Oh
wait, sharing the wrong one.
There was a way to kill off Joel in a good way, but not like that. Not like this.
Abby, smash!
Damn it!
Do you guys reckon
they
she'll be
have
like
the Hot Shots golf engine? They can do it.
You guys reckon she'll be like the henchwoman in the show, in the live action show as well, like a big John Cena kind of henchwoman? Or do you reckon they'll ease it down, tone it down? You know,
I think Florence Pugh is going to be Abby.
Why don't they just get John Cena?
Wait,
too big of
I
a
just
name,
walked
they can't
into
afford it.
Florence Pugh being Abby. What?
Yeah, they
have to
claim
build
that.
for it.
No,
he has
the,
tits of it, or barely tits.
She has the face.
no, they'll get the it's
120,
ma'am
21.
guy.
Hero 2109 says they put factions on ice, the multiplayer for Last of Us 2. They're doing this because of live action season 2. That makes sense, you know.
That does make sense.
And saying that Naughty Dog is really competing with Rockstar Games on who can re-release the same game.
Skyrim hold my beer.
But yeah, Bethesda's got that.
Listen. I will fully admit it. I will buy the Red Dead Redemption re-release just because I love Red Dead so much. I will fully admit that.
It looks like crap.
Yeah,
it's the same game. They didn't update anything about it. I'm still buying it because I love Red Dead so freaking much.
Because Rockstar's cheap. That's what it is. It's just
you know what? I wish I could buy a remaster of Ultimate Alliance. They did release it on the PS4, but because of rights issues, it's not on sale anymore, and it costs a fortune.
I'm happy I got Kinzo to laugh at that one.
He's giggling there.
on the topic of things that should be bought, Dermy, did you know that they're coming out with a peripheral just for you?
A peripheral just for me?
Yes. This is a new soundproof microphone that muffles the voices of people who talk too loud in public.
You know what? I would
It's
buy
called the
everybody
Mute Talk.
this.
It's a Bluetooth microphone from Shiftall that removes ambient noise to make your voice clear and makes it harder for those not on the call to hear you.
That's real.
You know what? I like that.
This is apparently real. It looks like a horse with a feeder. Shaka Zulu coming in saying, "I need that actually. I want to see some motherfucker in person that's in public wearing this."
I don't know the name for it, but it looks like kind of like that ball that you like strap on during the
ball gag.
A strap on?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know what
about
that's
that?
called.
ball
Mine
gag?
is too innocent. Yeah,
How
that.
do you know about ball gags?
I watched Pulp Fiction. All right, it was in there.
Oh, that's my favorite scene.
Well,
Never
We should
watched Pulp
cosplay
Fiction.
that
I
at
just
the
call that
next
Sunday.
meetup. Oh,
True Pop
You
Watch
know
is like, I think I
Zed,
downloaded the wrong movie.
It says true.
But
It says Pulp Fiction.
It kind
doesn't
of
it?
looks like a science fiction,
Pulp Fiction.
Of that. Yeah. Like a
Pulp
sci-fi
Fiction.
ball gag.
Huh. I heard this is a good movie. Man, there's a lot of people in gimp
Listen,
suits.
I had to watch it in film school. Probably
you
the
watched
best
film school
movie.
version.
There was some weird movies you had to watch in film school. Like,
Was it porn film school?
no. Well, now that you say that, I did have to watch Under the Skin with Scarlett Johansson, and Scarlett Johansson
Great
is
movie.
naked in that. So
Yes. Play with the mouse.
Well, on the topic of films, I know.
Smooth
I think
transition.
I think everybody is fans of the John Wick franchise. I'm curious what you feel about this because I think, has everybody here seen John Wick 4?
yeah,
I have. I loved it.
Has
I
anyone
have
seen
not.
like the Continental as well? The spin-off to
haven't
the
watched
John
it
Wick?
yet.
I haven't watched it yet.
I've just finished the third episode. It's okay. I'm not that.
I think if
impressed
if you enjoy John Wick's universe, you'll probably enjoy Continental.
It's still not too good, I would say. It's not. It feels like a Walmart of John Wick, if I were to be honest.
So I'm curious how you guys feel on this because this statement is also an oxymoron. But Chad Stahelski says he has notebooks of ideas for John Wick's 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The
What?
quote says, "We don't have the story locked. I have no interest in doing the cash grab of bringing John Wick back for something." So it's what a contradiction to say. I have notebooks for 5 more of these.
I don't think it's a contradiction, because if you watch John Wick 4, you know what the ending is.
Yes.
I would say they're probably titled John Wick as just a stand-in for like this said universe. They have hinted at other spin-offs. You know, you have the Continental, for example, which is a prequel spin-off thing about the Continental itself. So there's probably ways he can go about doing this. He just has ideas with what he wants to do versus an outright plan.
You know, I enjoy those movies, but it's already a cash grab in my opinion. Because honestly, the series, it could have been just the first movie and left at that, and it would have been just fine.
Yep.
Well, Static saying in here that he thinks John Wick should have been 1. I enjoyed the first 3. I actually didn't like 4.
I thought 4 was perfect for what it needed to be.
Wait, I think 4 is the best John Wick sequel. 2 and 3 are pretty bad.
Really?
You're insane.
John Wick 5, the dog didn't die.
You just see like a Paul come up with the rubble.
But that doesn't mean like John Wick 4 is. When I say it's the best, I don't mean that it's too good either, writing wise. But I have to admit the action is fantastic in all 4 movies. And
when you watch John Wick, you have to realize like 1 is the most grounded out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But they even say
it has a good motivation. It has all character work.
But
other
they
movies,
say
they're
in the
just
first
Transformer
one.
movies.
No, they outright say in the first one.
Transformers movies. There's only 2 good Transformers movies. There's
when I
movie
say
and
something is like a
only 2.
Transformer movie, I say it's like
I know what you're
action
saying,
but ridiculous.
But they say in the first one, Winston comes up and says, when you come back in, it's going to be harder to get out. This is not an easy world to get out of. And they hint that it's a much more vibrant, very unique world. So the fact that it gets more and more escalating and insane actually does work within the first movie. They even hint that, hey, there's some crazy shit in here that you don't know about. And that's their whole point of 2 through 4 is just building on this world and showing you what this world is. Now, if they do 5 through 9, there would be spin-offs and dealing with other aspects of the world. They even hinted at a certain aspect at the end of 4 and other characters and stuff.
The thing that I found, and Tommy said this, is that you technically don't see him dead at the end of 4. And I view the ending of 4 not as John dying, because I don't think that he would have went out from a couple shots.
Especially if he got hit by a car like 5,000 times and survived. Like,
right.
No worries.
But
jump off a 5-story building? Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I viewed it as he's dead and buried, so he can have
normal
the
life.
actual, so he can get out. And I feel like there's something that's going to pull him back in, and I think it's probably going to be Mr. Nobody, because what was the point of him in that movie? My problem with 4 is that there was so much shooting and so many people just dying left and right that, not that I disliked that, I just felt like it became senseless to a point. You become numb to it in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and the bulletproof suit is just like
that was.
If you like John Wick, you got to watch. Someone mentioned it in the chat, but Nobody is a great movie.
Nobody is
a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
I think he has a second one.
And he actually gets injured. He's not like invincible. He gets injured in the movie, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And Christopher Lloyd,
the bus scene, the bus fight is just.
I still love that final car chase. Oh, I love it. You turn on what was that song? Oh fuck, not Cherry Bomb. Oh, what was it? Anyways, when they're driving, no, fuck off. When they're riding around and stuff, and you have this epic, I think it's 70s or 80s rock song, and I just love every second of it.
I'm just glad
I want
Disney
to watch that movie
rights
again.
to John Wick, because then we'd be getting like a shitty spin-off like Airwick. They're like, we're bringing Airbud back, and he's got guns.
John Wick.
You know what? There's female characters within John Wick that I actually want to explore their stories and deal with, because they're not
Holly Berry's character.
Because we know you don't want to.
No.
Actually, I do want to explore Halle Berry's character. There's something there that I want to know more about. They hint at a past. They hint at a daughter. They hint at something there that I want to know. Like, what happened here? What is the story behind all this?
She was a bitch to John for no
She had a reason.
Okay,
No, she had a reason. She outright has a
they didn't
reason.
plan it out. Let's just have her be a piece of shit.
Pop, I think you're just being cynical and trying to put everything up on a higher pedestal than it is. John Wick's universe is essentially a comic book universe. That's why it all works.
Yeah. Sure.
What I didn't like about John Wick 4 was he would have died multiple times falling down the stairs that many times.
Yes.
There was literally a minute of him falling down the stairs. I'm like, are you
would have broke his
reminded
neck.
me of something from The
I can see
Simpsons
that.
too.
I can concede that he fell down those stairs like just
It's
an
straight up
absurd amount of times.
It's the Kung Fu Panda joke.
I loved it. I loved every second of it. Like
Oh, so he
I
said
love
the
movies
he
like
said
this.
he said the Simpsons were Homer's falling down the cliff.
Yeah, like the Springfield Gorge. He's like, no, this is going down. And it
I love
happens like
movies
3
like-
times.
And just when he thinks oh, okay, he stopped rolling now. Oh no, there's more steps. Oh great.
I think when it happened for like the 3rd time, my wife turned to me in the theater. She's like, if he fucking falls down these steps one more time, we're walking out here.
I love movies like that though, where it's just you know what you're buying. You know this is a fantastic world. There's going to be parts of it that don't make sense, but you're just going in there to have pure fun. It's not preaching at you or anything like that. That's why I really love the
No,
John
it is
Wick
escapism,
universe.
and I appreciate it for that.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, speaking of escapes, are you guys ready for today's meme break?
Wait, we're already at a meme break? How many stories have we gone through?
We've gone through
2.
No, we went through 2 and a community one.
I don't feel like I ranted enough about Last of Us. I was really pissed at that, and that Uncharted one is not good.
Do you need to see a kitty cat to make yourself feel better? Is that
Shut
what you
up,
need? Right now,
Well,
trying to get
technically, we've gone through 3 because we did the Bluetooth mouthpiece, The Last of Us, and John
Okay.
Wick. So,
progress.
We can do one. Well, let's do one quick hit real quick because this is a quick hit, and this is about X/Twitter and more shitty shenanigans. What do you guys think about this? From Extrazero,
now.
yeah, X/Twitter plans to replace engagement buttons with gestures such as double tapping to like and swiping to reply. This
on desktop.
Right, exactly. I mean,
wait, so like Tinder? What?
I wonder if they're only doing this on the app though.
I would assume, but like I
hardly use Twitter on my computer though, unless I'm live streaming.
I think on Instagram they have a similar feature where if you double tap a picture,
It'll
that's a
heart
like.
it.
So
Yeah.
it'll their version of a like. So it's not absurd to outright say that. Like again, even on Instagram they have other ways to do this. So
But when
I think it's more like why
replace the engagement buttons. It's one thing if you have that as a feature, like hey, you can use the engagement buttons, or you can do the new way of replying to a post.
How am I going to be quote tweeting? Okay, this is what I want to know. How do I quote tweet Director X and beg him to come on my channel? How? What gesture do I need?
It feels like they're just making changes to make
You
changes.
do this or something.
The memes here when Elon comes in to run this app. I got a lot more in me. And then Elon Musk was here like, this update should make him want to delete the app. I feel like since he appointed Linda Yaccarino as the CEO, we've just seen a lot of shenanigans. I know we've got Melee Games, we got Melee K and Static in the account, 2 friends of the show, 2 friends of mine who have been fucked over by this app. Well, by this platform, I should say. So both of them got permanent suspensions because they were identified as spam or bot accounts, and they're not.
Shaka Zulu went through a similar thing as well.
Yeah, Shaka Zulu's another. Our boy Camelot got, was part of a targeted reporting campaign, and they got his backup account. I think.
What do
Cecil
I
is
have
still
to do
banned.
to get this? What am I doing wrong to get
hope you
banned?
get
Like
banned
I've
if you
tried.
could.
I've outright tried. I've pressed that barrier multiple times. It's like, can I get banned with this one? No. Fuck you. Okay, I'm gonna go harder. What does it take?
Yeah, I mean, Dermy, didn't you try to like swear when it was official news that Elon bought Twitter, and everyone was like saying all the F slurs and see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, it
I
happened.
tried it as well, and
No.
still there. I use Twitter too much though. So
I did
They-
get
they outright-
suspended before. Like,
What?
Oh.
yeah, like so this was back when Jack Dorsey was still in charge, and it was like literally like a month later. I put Kyle Rittenhouse as a hero, and I got suspended.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Wow.
and it says your account has been suspended unless you remove it. So I
Wow.
left it there for like a day, and I'm just like, and then now I'm like, my main account has been shadow banned. I can definitely feel it.
Mm.
Like,
There-
but, yeah.
There is a way to check and see if you're shadow banned, but I don't think it's entirely accurate because Melee Games just went through it, and he was replying and quote tweeting stuff that I had posted, and it would say this tweet is unavailable. So I don't even
Yeah,
think
I was
that
seeing
resource
that.
to check. Yeah, it looks like it's back to normal now, but it's just bullshit because Melee Games is a business, and they pay for that check mark, to be verified, to be able to interact with people and help promote their business, help promote their streams. And it's absolutely bullshit that accounts are getting, and I see so many accounts with shit coins linked in there. It's like, why aren't you going after them first as your spam and bot accounts?
My biggest complaint is all the bots. I mean, the bots are doing weird stuff like liking tweets and commenting on tweets. It's they never used to do that. They used to just but now they're doing all kinds of new things.
It kind of goes back to the beginning when we had the whole what Eliza Blue situation going on, and people were getting yeeted. And as much as you fought back and try to get notification on it, nobody was doing anything about it. So there's issues there. It's still one of the best platforms, but it's just so you don't know what they're doing to figure out how to fix it.
Yeah, and what they're even doing, and we were promised transparency. People were going to get a reason for why they were banned, and they're not. All they're getting is a half-assed apology, like 72 hours later. Like, hey, yeah, sorry, we took away your paid account. You were misidentified as a spam account.
They're really focusing hard on the bots. They really want to get rid of them.
Yeah, but
I can't blame them. But yeah, exactly. And the ones that
the parasite wriggles the most when it's being pulled out.
Tommy says, pretty sure 90% of my followers are some bot called Steve.
My main account has a lot of them are bots, but I'm okay with them because they're all like those sex bots where it's like one follower and like 100 following like 100 people, and then like I'm like, who is this? And then it's always like a scantily clad like female in their like bikini. I'm like, oh, it's a bot.
The reason I don't mind getting the sex bot followers here and there for a completely different reason. Listen, when I have the sex bot. When I have the sex bot followers, it tells me that, hey, my thing's at least getting put out there and people can find it. When I'm not getting them for a month, then I'm becoming concerned.
They won't test you back, Dermy. Don't worry about it.
I never follow them. Sometimes I block.
Yeah, for me, it's very weird how it works, the bots. Like, I remember I posted something about Dick Grayson. And I'm thinking, like, maybe the sex bots thought I was talking something about completely different and just decided to like that tweet, because I'm like, why is it this tweet in particular? And I'm thinking they follow it because of like keywords or something, and the keyword being in their dick.
So I get a lot of Asian sex bots. Does Project Eggroll get European sex bots?
So here's the thing. Whenever I put out like Ahsoka sucks donkey nipples, I'll get like some random person just liking it because of the word nipples. I was like, who is this? And there's like some person that's like has like the 18 like icon, 18 and plus icon. I'm like, who's liking my stuff? And it's like has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah. It's definitely keywords. Like it has to be. Why else would you, why else are you here?
All right. Well, I think it's that time.
I think it is.
I think it's time for the meme break.
Oh, no.
So, without further ado. All right. So we got a bunch of choice memes. We got a couple that I'm going to share that Oculus found that are after we get through the meme break. They're YouTube poop videos starring ads. First up, I've got one in here asking Melee Games, is it too soon for Christmas memes? This is relative to the stream that James did last night, where he was talking about being frosty. And it just simply says, there's way more magic in this pipe than that old hat we found.
He's got that good shit.
Speaking of Melee Games, speaking of Melee Games and Melee K, they will be on Ballbusters next week.
Nice.
Very cool.
Ramrod.
Let's see. Can I end up ending our friendship? No. Fuck this Power Couch bullshit. Power Couch is 100% just bullshit. There's nothing to it. What does a Power Couch mean? There's absolutely nothing there. Back Taco makes sense. Back Taco lives forever. Back Taco is self-explanatory.
Power Couch is superior.
What's Power Couch? Kenzo, explain it.
That sounded like a whole lot of cope there, Dermy, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, Power Couch is bullshit. There's nothing there.
Cope harder, bitch.
Salty are we, Dermy?
Would anyone care to fill in? What's Power Couch?
You don't want to. It's okay, Pop. We'll talk about it when you're older, mate.
Yeah. When you start getting hairs in new places, we'll tell you.
Just because I'm youngest here, jeez.
We got another one from Kenzo. This is Dermy versus Maza, and of
Which
course
will
this is a
happen.
callback
I will end
to,
this man. I will end this
movie
koala
Wanted.
creature.
I don't think you can.
I think I 100% can. I think I could end the reign of this darkness in Australia and make them a free country.
Listen, Dermy, if you do, it's bullying because you are 3 times his height, and that is just an unfair advantage.
This
I don't know
is
when
some
you'll
bullshit.
get
Nobody cares about this shit in real life, Pop. Okay,
Pick on someone your own size.
We care, Jeremy. We care. We care.
I love the attention to detail here in the spelling.
He has that retard strength. He has that retard strength, Dermy. You just got.
I do too.
I think this
another
would,
thing.
Making
this
fun
would
of
just
someone with a disability is retarded.
this would just be a limp-wristed slap fight. That's all it is.
No, we're gonna be both naked on top of a volcano.
No, it'll be 2 elephant seals fighting.
I've said this before. He's gonna climb you like one of the Colossuses in Shadow of the Colossus, and climb up and find your weak point and just like stab it.
Oh, right in the back tackle.
Or he's gonna
Right
let you
in the back
chase him
taco.
around.
But that I'm gonna
So,
like that.
Gray, are
That's
you guys familiar with Maza on the full Aussie?
I've heard of him.
You need to watch it. This morning
No,
they
you don't.
had yes you do. This morning
No,
they
you
had
don't.
Flawed on again, and when you pair up Flawed and Maza, it is an incredible experience.
Yeah, they're a great
Go
duo.
back and watch their video from their full Aussie meetup. That was he was hammered drunk.
Listen, it's
Yeah.
not my fault that Mazza keeps dodging me though. Come on,
He
Mazza.
lives on the other side of the world.
So it doesn't fucking matter. I got Ozzy Overload on last night. Ozzy talks to me. Mazza's dodging.
That's it. I'm gonna get him on. I'm gonna bring him on Ballbusters, and we're gonna rip you a new one.
Yeah,
He's
Rip
gonna
you a
wish he
new
could
Power
rip me up.
Couch.
Right. You can't have a physical battle, but maybe you could have a rap battle.
No, I could.
that's
We could have a physical battle. I'll go over to Australia. All I have to do is fly to Idaho.
Okay.
This is
candy
me
corn?
predicting the end of Melee Games since James admitted that he loves candy corn.
Oh.
So does Gary.
James,
He's gonna get nuked by a naked candy corn.
I do not.
He's shooting that from
Care
his,
anymore.
from his other candy corn.
You
I
don't
no
want to know
longer
where it
care
came
that I
from.
call
There's that
him.
Dr. Manhattan.
That is
Yeah.
Dr. Manhattan.
He is Jason now. Okay, you can't like candy corn.
We get this from Professor Savage Dad saying, I don't know why this exists in the world, but I have unfortunately found Jeremy Wormy's Tinder profile picture.
Loves truck stop.
Swipe some way. I don't know which
Swipe
way I'm
left.
swiping. Yeah.
Swipe left to reject, please.
He's got some
swipe
decent
right.
C cups going on there, but still.
This
Oh,
is more my
Lord.
style.
I'm scared. I'm
This is
scared.
more-
This
No.
is even worse. From Professor Savage yet again, he says, don't tell True Pop, but I may have hacked his iCloud account and found his bikini photo.
Oh,
I'll be back in a minute, guys.
Speaking of wankers,
Wait, who is that?
who is this?
Yeah,
It looks like
Probably
you.
Emma Watson.
it
They
might
got
be.
man legs.
That's you, isn't it?
I wouldn't know.
It has a crotch.
I'm scared to ask.
I
Oh.
know somebody who's ready for Rings of Power season 2.
He looks
I
like a
am.
little kid out of the
I'm
Monsters.
excited.
And-
Almost I'm
That's
almost as excited.
accurate.
No, this is not accurate. Okay, it's not accurate. He's a freaking koala person. I have freedom here in the States. He
Well,
has
that's-
nothing.
that's-
He's a
that's-
special human being that needs to be purged from this world. I can
He's the head of
end
the
this.
table.
That's him climbing you.
Yeah, like
That's
a
what he
koala.
wishes he could do.
Yeah, like
Right.
Tyler Colossus. There you go. He's found this. He's found
All I
this-
gotta
this
do
spot.
is fall backwards.
That's the
Oh,
best thing
crush 'em.
out of The Last of Us Part 2 is that meme.
Oh,
I've
no.
used it so many different ways.
Wait.
So
So
this is
How does
also
this
for
work?
Professor Savage Dad. Unfortunately, he photoshopped me as the worst Optimus Prime, but hey, it is what
no,
it is.
that's
We're-
that's
I-
your
Hey, they're all
Optimus Prime
shit,
because
so
that's
it's
you.
fine.
Well, if that was me, I would still say that is the worst Optimus Prime. So how does this work? Are you in it or is it in you? And Jeremy saying both, and me saying that was the gayest possible answer.
I don't get it. Don't
Then he
get it.
comes back saying, "Is that a horn on your armor, or are you just happy to see me?" Actually, according to CBR, some have theorized it can be used for reproduction.
He is happy to see him.
And again, he's posting another one of me and Jeremy. This time I get to be Crowder, which is better than being.
You're all
being
wrong.
Prime.
You're all objectively wrong.
Evangelions are just Titans with armor. Changed my mind. Excuse me, we identify as biomechanical mechas.
They are biomechanical mechas.
Apparently, this was the reason Jeremy was late.
Into the glory hole.
You can fit your head into that. Never mind.
And lastly, Professor Davidson saying, "I'm going to tell my
for the
kids this was Japanese RoboCop." Let me refresh real quick, make sure we didn't miss any in the
I'd rather it be
thread.
Spider-Man.
And I did want to highlight this one from Bugle Daily. Bugle Daily did this one. Fantastic forecast for the MCU.
Kind of likely, yeah.
Going back to the Pixar memes that were coming out last night, those were actually fun and enjoyable. This hurts my soul.
And Oculus had a couple that let's get to these as ones because these were pretty good.
They're
So
all involved around that As rant a month ago. I saw them. They're kind of hilarious just to listen to.
As poop videos?
YouTube
Let me get
poops.
Oh.
let me get this first one pulled up for us to watch here.
Yeah, they're really short. Like one of them is like 1 minute, the other is like 2 minutes.
1 minute could take forever on a YouTube video.
They don't matter.
No, 1 minute can take
But-
1 minute on a YouTube video, you retard.
Eh,
Wrong with
No.
you.
So this
No,
is
have
from
you-
Ray. Ray is great on YouTube. Let's go ahead. We'll watch this one here.
I just want to say something to you, Bethesda. There is nothing I love more than this. I love nothing more than to have people sit down all over me. To be dragged down to every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking go and dance and you just can't help shuffle your dumb shit fucking crap. Oh my god, just think of this world, just think of all the planets, just think of, just think of gas, just think of this
Oh god, that was.
I am the big fucking nice lol, because we're so fucking
Oh,
Wait.
Appropriate reactions.
Oh,
I don't want to play the whole thing so we don't get flagged for there.
Well,
and
that's
then
all right.
That photograph was
that one
that one killed me.
Yeah.
Look
wow.
at this photograph.
And I do want to pull up the other one because it got me with Hank Hill. So.
Oh, God damn it, Bobby!
God,
I like the Wii part though. I miss the Wii.
Wee.
I do.
Yeah.
And the fact that that's retro now, that tears me up.
I remember when that came out. Wait,
I remember standing in line for it
how is the Wii retro?
because it's
I
almost
remember
20
when
years
this
old.
was all fields.
Oh wow, I feel
No,
old
no,
now.
it's not.
It came out in
It
like
is
08,
it is
07.
17 years old in November. Came out in 2006.
I am 18.
God damn, I feel old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
Zero
old.
You
is
feel
old.
fucking old. I played an actual Atari when they were
Nobody
new.
gives. Yeah, but it's weird. You are old. It's weirder when I have to say I'm old. I'm only 26.
Yeah, CGP, we're old. You're ancient. All right.
You don't look a day over 36.
I
Don't you?
think it's like probably CJP, Kenzo, and me are the oldest.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, let's go ahead and we'll play this one.
Can't hear it.
Normal audio.
No sound.
No sound.
No.
And no sound.
Yeah.
The
Stream. I
boomer.
apologize. StreamYard changed
No, you
the way to
boomer.
do this. No, they now have this stupid like where you share system
the
audio.
tick.
It's just
It's not
a red tick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's hard to see whether it's switched
There
on.
is
Here we go.
nothing I love more. Take a minute. So fuck that. Nothing I love more than to come all the people I meet. Farah, up. I love nothing more than to be dragged out so you can fuck us.
Oh shit!
Fucking. Well, yeah. Well, guess what? Fucking propane
and propane accessories.
We can't come past our own fucking semen. You take all our waffles and you just can't help shovel your penis into our waffles. Solitary fucking dead. Everywhere.
Nerves kicking in.
Oh, shut the fuck.
I'm legitimately impressed by the people that can do that stuff.
Me.
Yeah.
You've seen Mr. Grant Gregory's when he does that for Gary, right?
Yes.
How long does it take to find these specific words and then
you have to
merge
come
it
up
all
with the idea
together?
too.
Some
You have
people
to watch it
can
like
yeah.
that.
I've
I
seen
do
some
want to shout
stuff
out.
Grant did with AI that was pretty. He done some AI once with Lethal, where it's a full AI video moving around and it just says what he wants it to say. It was pretty funny.
Lord Pepsi came in with a $5 super chat saying, 2 red button decision meme, Ukraine war or Israel war, wording can be better. Hail les legion de memeers. Yeah, thank you, Lord Pepsi. I think we are trying
Kenzo,
to
I
stay away.
believe we have a Frenchman in the chat. I believe we have a Frenchman in the chat. Kick him out right now. As the
Fuck in
English,
your
we will not
general
have this.
direction.
Wait, no, Pop, are you a Brit? Are you accepting your role as a Brit?
See, that was the most British thing you've ever said.
Listen, we are united in our hatred of the French. We do not like the French.
So you're British.
Well, I didn't say that, but you know.
Hey, I'm a
I
little
think
bit.
he's a Brit.
A upper class British gentleman.
Oh, now you're better than us.
Yeah, yes.
I
do
am
believe
so
that.
happy when we went to war with you guys and beat your ass. I'm so happy. You know what? Vive la France! They helped us kick your ass. Vive la France!
Well, we conquered like half the world.
What'd you name your cat, Dammy?
Jacques. I actually didn't name it. My sister did. They were named. We have no. We have 2 cats. We have a big fat white one that's outside named Gus, and now we have Jacques. They were supposed to be named after the mouse from Cinderella.
See, this
I don't
is
know
why
why.
he hates us, Kenzo, because he's secretly French. That's why.
No, actually, I'm Irish and German. So there's
Yeah,
there's your reasoning on why I don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
You enslaved my relatives.
I didn't do
Made us
shit.
be children's servants. Where's my reparations?
You'll get your reparations to get in line. Or queue, should I say.
Free the motherland!
Cue this.
Cue that.
Yep. Cue me.
We beat the Rosses twice and save them twice.
Wait, what is this?
What?
I see a Game Boy.
So-
What,
Is this
what-
like a
what's going on?
biopic? A biopic
So
for
this
the
is,
NES?
This isn't a biopic per se. This is a trailer that was released. I can't play much of this, so we don't get flagged. But there is a new live-action Pokemon series coming.
Okay, what do the Pokemon themselves look
Yeah,
like? I have to see.
But it doesn't look like it's about like
Oh,
Pokemon in
okay.
the sense of like
Oh,
Detective
someone
Pikachu.
actually playing the game. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if
So-
it's about like the Pokemon craze and how it just blew up.
That's
Yeah,
what it
you
looks
could do
to
like a
me.
Tetris style movie. Have you guys
You
seen
know what?
Tetris?
Part of this also looks like they're using the game to do like real life Pokemon as well, because you have that like serious moment, people teaming up together. I want this. This looks fun. This
This is
looks
before
enjoyable.
Pokemon Go, right?
Well,
Yes.
yeah, they're playing like yellow and red and blue in this from the looks
I
of
think
it.
probably red and blue, yellow.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is-
yellow came out in Japan.
Well,
really early. Like
Oh, it
in
did?
fact, in
Okay.
Japan there was red, yellow, and green. All the starters got their own.
Yeah.
And then
I
yellow.
want a
came
green
out.
version. I really want a green version.
I two of my real life best friends I met in sixth or seventh grade, over Pokemon. So, and we're still friends to this day. So, do you guys have any similar experiences? Does this resonate at all with you?
Pokemon was super important for me. That's like the game that I still play today. It was one of the
Not
first
you,
games I ever
Danny, the
played.
guests.
So- Oh, I thought he was talking to me.
No, you're not
I
fucking
was
talking
legitimate
to you.
here.
You're not. He's talking to the guests. Shut up.
Yeah, this isn't Ballbusters.
Jesus Christ.
For me at least, Pokemon Blue was huge for me. So I was in 5th grade when it came out, and like I remember me and my friend during that time, me and my best friend Leo, like he had a Game Boy Pocket, and then he's like, oh, I asked him, what are you playing? He's like, I'm playing Pokemon. This is new huge thing, and they're making a card game out of it. And then he showed me a Tips and Tricks magazine that says that they're making Smash Brothers. So like me and him got along really, really well. So I was like, oh, can I borrow it? Like I want to play for like about a week and I'll give it back to you. And then I was playing basketball one day and I was playing Pokemon Blue, and then I put it on the bench like under my jacket. And then I was playing basketball for about half an hour and I went back to it. Someone stole it.
Oh shit!
So like, yeah, it was a lot of crazy memories with him. But like his dad called my dad, and they started arguing on the phone. My dad's like, "You can't be friends with Leo anymore," and it was crazy. But
that story. Okay, yeah, you told it.
yeah, it was pretty crazy. But that live action thing that sort of reminds me of. I'm not sure if it's on Netflix. It's called Final Fantasy 14 Dad of Light, and it's basically about like a dad and like a son and his dad plays like Final Fantasy 14 together, but it also talks about like their relationship. It looks similar to that. So I might check it out. That does look interesting for sure.
Yeah. For me, Pokemon Red, I believe. Red was the
That was
one
me too.
Yeah. Then it got really popular in school too. But I kind of I played it for quite some time back at its height when it was really, really popular. But when the second gen came, I kind of drifted off already. Started playing other games.
Well, you stopped playing when Gold, Silver came out, but that's like
Yeah,
the best one.
Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Those were the best. I love Gen 3, but Gold, Silver, and Crystal like were supposed to be the end to it all.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm likely I was playing something else already at the time, because you know me, I'm more of a gamer than a pop culture guy. I was probably playing something else already by then.
Got a battle red at the very end of Gold, Silver, and all that.
Yeah, when Gen
I'm gonna
2
play
came
this again.
out, I kind of dropped out of it. I kind of dropped out of it until I forget which one on Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance had Ruby, Sapphire, and Leaf Emerald, and Leaf Green, and Fire Red. So they went back to Gen 1.
Yeah, I think when Gen 2 came out, I was heavily invested in my Dreamcast at the time, and that was like, it wasn't like a time when I could just go out and get any game I wanted. I really had to pick and choose.
Yeah.
So I kind of
Heart Gold and Soul Silver are really good too. Those are
because it's back to Gen 2. And Gen 2 was just better because you got to go through not Hoenn, Johto. You got to do all of Johto. And then once you beat the Elite Four and the Champion, you got to go do all of Kanto. And then go do the Elite Four and the Champion again. And then you got to go to all the way up, I think it's Mount Moon. I'm probably getting the mountain wrong, or Mountain Silver to Battle Red. Yeah. Oh, God. I loved every second of it. I want to play it again. I wonder if I could beat it in 24 hours.
Melee K coming in and say Fire Red is the best Pokemon. Yeah, I did check the date. Gold and Silver came out in late 2000. They came out in October 15th of.
Aren't they doing like remasters now as well?
Well, they did one for Diamond and Pearl. I wouldn't be shocked if they did Gold and Silver because they
did Gold and Silver already. That was Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So they did BDSP. The next one, right now they're still doing DLCs for. Well, they have another DLC coming out for Scarlet and Violet. The next thing that they're hinting at potentially doing is a remake of Gen 5, which goes with their trend. They're doing like mainline game remake, mainline game remake. So we're either going to get a mainline game, but they're really hinting at going back to Unova. So that will be interesting. Black and White and Black and White 2, I think, were the second best games since Hoenn. Like, they were really good. They had a fantastic storyline dealing with ideals versus realities, things like that. A very massive region. If they do it right, it would be fun. But they fucked up BDSP, so should have been Platinum. Should not have been Diamond and Pearl.
No one wants to be BSP.
I know what you're saying there, and I actually do agree.
I thought you said for a second there no one wants to be BSD. All right, never mind.
Let me go ahead and get this next one shared up. We talked about this gentleman earlier in the stream, Director X. You guys are all familiar with the Robin Hood disaster.
I love Robin Director Z.
I'm pretty sure Perry made that clip, right?
I'm pretty sure Perry made that.
No, I think it was Quarterblack. Quarterblack made this one.
Okay, because this was posted by Memology 101, but
right. I mean, we could explain to Director X that the guy who made this had the N-word pass, so he has the hood respect, so he's allowed.
You don't have to do that.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and give this a watch.
Look at his face.
No, it was a cute one, right? And then the posts.
I don't even know what they say.
Exactly, a new idea.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry, that's just funny.
Yeah, he's not helping his cause. I mean, it's like, look, if you're getting memed on, you're getting exposure, but to go in and be like very tearful about people kind of clowning on you, it's not.
I love Director X. If you're out there listening to this, you probably aren't. No. I love your show. I unapologetically love your show. It is the most cringiest, funniest thing I've ever seen. It's basic bitch, but at the same time, I love it.
So do you think we're going to get season 2?
We'll definitely get season 2 because we'll definitely get season 2, especially after what Disparu said last night. It's funded by the government. It's all about,
it's like a BBC.
Robbing from a rich person robbing from a rich private citizen to give to the poor, just like they do in Canada.
Okay.
It's wonderful. It's beautiful. I love every second of this. It's taxpayer funded money.
I mean, you could still. I mean, Doctor Who got cancelled, so you never know.
We're in an era where, like over in Canada, the ideology trumps all. This is going to keep just getting put out, for I'll say it probably gets a season 2, questionable on a season 3. The show is super fucking funny.
Yeah,
it is just.
I watched everyone do yourselves a favor. Watch Disparu's video.
No, don't watch Disparu's videos. Watch my videos on the subject. I'm doing the reviews. Don't be sending them elsewhere.
Jeez, sorry.
I love the show.
I'm sorry for recommending content I enjoyed. Like, wow, jeez. It's all about you.
So you don't enjoy Dermies?
What the hell? I'm doing my reviews. I'm putting it out there. I can't wait to watch. I watched the newest episode yesterday. Full. I think it was Raster said it last night. It feels like they're going full on like Power Rangers villains for all the bad guys. Legitimately, they are. It is beautiful. I love it. They have an army of drones scouting out the Sherwood complex. It is beautiful. They're going door to door. They're knocking everything down. They're pulling guns left and right. They're tearing up buildings. I love it. It's so cringe. I love it.
By the way, people watching, this show is so stupid that they put bail on a person because of flight risk, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But she was shot and paralyzed.
Yeah.
From leg down.
Doesn't mean you can't.
How is she a flight risk?
Well, because they build on it in the second episode. She is so beloved within Sherwood. The idea would end up being that somebody in Sherwood would help out. So
that's stupid.
It is cringy and weird, but listen, I just know that if I'm going to give somebody like bruise or try to like break ribs, what I got to do is take off my boot while they're wearing full Kevlar armor to kick them. That's what I got to do. I got to take off my boot to kick them to try to cause bruising. So wonderful. I love it. Give me more, please.
Well, speaking of terrible shows, Phil Gray, did you guys watch Ahsoka at all?
Oh yeah. We're probably gonna talk about it later on our channel.
I skipped it, but it's interesting to see. I think people have finally had enough with this stuff. This is from the Marvelous Mark, and he's going on a rant about how he did not like the finale. So let's go ahead and give this a listen.
What in the hell was that? If the finale for Ahsoka was going to be this shitty, why even release it? Thrawn has to be one of the worst villains of all time. His plans failed every single time, and he tried to come up with a new plan, and it still didn't work, but he kept trying. And just because he got away, he wants to act like he won. What a fucking idiot. And are there no choreographers for Star Wars anymore? Ahsoka and all of them were just standing there deflecting bullets in the slowest motion of all time. They look like fucking sloths. And since when did Star Wars turn into The Walking Dead? Zombie stormtroopers? Witches? Magic? Bro, what the fuck is happening to Star Wars? And of course, Sabine was able to use the Force when she really needed it. More cliche bullshit. We got no Balin in this episode. We had no Shin whatsoever. They just showed up at the end of the episode and did absolutely nothing. I guess Disney is going to give them a spinoff too. And seeing Hayden Christensen is always great, but this was just forced. This was a dumb, boring, underwhelming finale. I cannot believe Disney actually put this out.
There should have been an animated series rather than live action.
I have to agree that people are fed up with Disney Star Wars now, but you wouldn't know it by all the shills on Twitter.
Well, they're shills for everything right now.
Yeah,
but they're going in high defense, and I think they know
because they're coping.
They know they're coping. The show was awful.
Well, and I don't want to talk about everybody that was on the panel, but all you have to do is go to Side Scrollers when they had the recap episode and Star Wars Santa, whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of his excuses for why the show is the way it is.
We didn't get anything for so long.
We didn't get anything for so long. Oh, I just love it. I love it. And then it was demeaning everything in the OT and saying, well, George Lucas did this. George Lucas did this. But when you got presented with like, hey, no, actually, they explain it. They don't accept it. They're in a cope position. They can't accept that this was just a bad show. They just can't accept it. And you can look at Rotten Tomatoes, and this was going around after the show released. Like all of them were on Rotten Tomatoes were like high reviewed. But that because the normal audience isn't watching anymore. Nobody is watching this. This is why it fell off in Nielsen's. That's why it's even in Nielsen's original on the top 10, it fell all the way down. Nobody cares.
And it'll die down quick because we got Loki season 2 already. You're gonna flock to that rather than Ahsoka.
That's a good point too, Oculus. Is that when they have these series, they move on to the next one, and then it's just like who's talking about the previous thing. Like, it's like these shows just don't last in the cultural conversation
because they've been trained to consume.
Yeah.
Consume until next thing comes out. There was a tweet going around after Ahsoka came out talking about the battle between Morgan and Ahsoka, saying it's the greatest Star Wars battle ever in the history of Star Wars. It's the greatest thing ever. But if you think about it, every time you have a lightsaber battle within any of these Star Wars shows, any battle whatsoever, they say the exact same thing. It's always the greatest until the next thing comes out. It's always the greatest till this comes out. This is great. This is great. This is great. Wait, no, this is great. This is great. This is great. They don't have a long attention span. Yeah. Just consume, repeat, consume.
No one will be taught. No one will be talking about this in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh.
The thing is,
next week,
right? Let's look at on the list of what this finale had. Like, everyone enjoyed Balin's character, whether you hated the show or whatnot. Everyone seemed to like Balin, and I think that was largely because of Ray Stevenson's performance. Ray Stevenson has passed away. You did nothing with him in this show. If you're doing a season 2, you'd have to recast him, and it's not going to be as interesting because Ray Stevenson's delivery is what was really appealing to that character. I think if it was any other actor, they would have just phoned it in, and it wouldn't have been as engaging.
Ray Stevenson he acted the part great. Now his lines sounded like they were philosophical, but they meant nothing.
Well, it's the same thing in Rings of Power. One of the best characters was Adar because the actor was good, but he quit and he moved on. You don't have that same Adar anymore. So it's not going to be fun anymore. When you have a good actor, when you have a good person, they can turn shit into gold, even if it is shit. But they make a character at least enjoyable.
Oh, definitely.
Wait, there's going to be a new Adar for season 2?
Yeah, the Adar actor outright just left. He read the writing on the wall.
Oh, he saw the ship sinking and decided to get out.
Yeah. And that was Benjen Stark from Game of Thrones, and he was the most charismatic person in the entire show. So charisma, good acting can make a shitty character enjoyable. That's what you learn from there. So yes, you had Ray Stevenson and Hayden Christensen. Those were the most enjoyable parts of Ahsoka, but it's wrapped in shit. So you have one episode that's actually worth watching if you just want a decent thing to deal with, which is The World Between Worlds. All you have to do is watch half of it, and then you're done. Outside of that, you don't have to watch anything else.
No, you don't have to watch that either.
Yeah, and the thing is, like with Ahsoka, it's really pointless. All this worrying about Thrawn. Thrawn is coming, and it was just like, oh, he just escaped in the final thing.
Thrawn was an idiot.
Yeah,
because everybody's dealing with Thrawn from the books. Thrawn in the books was a whole lot more intimidating, whole lot more smarter, crafty, knew more things. And for those of the people that didn't watch Rebels and just knew Thrawn from the books, they're thinking Thrawn's going to be just like what happened in the books. But they're realizing that, no, this is not the Thrawn we grew up with. This is not the Thrawn that was intimidating, that was heir to the Empire.
If you have like this basis of a character who's a fan favorite and you're bringing them in, it's just like, I feel like those people are completely justified in being disappointed. If they were to do an adaptation of Shadows of the Empire and Prince Shizor was, completely stupid and they took away his cunning and his just how intimidating he was written in the books. I feel like you'd lose everything that the character was. Then they would just focus on his laser fan blade weapons that he had, that the toy had.
And that's what a lot of these Disney Star Wars people aren't realizing, is not everybody watches every single thing. Now everybody's out there consuming everything. That's why they say, well, you shouldn't be adapting the EU. Pillaging, it's okay, but we shouldn't adapt it because not everybody read or interacted with the EU. But the thing is, if you slowly put it out in like a movie format or something like that, more people would interact with it. And actually, a lot of normal individuals do enjoy that deep lore scenarios where you can give them a taste of the deep lore, and some of them will go in, deal with the deep lore, some of them won't, but you can give it enough to them so that they can figure out what's going on.
Jeremy, I think the shills know that people don't watch everything, because when I get into arguments with them and they're like, well, you just don't understand because you didn't watch Rebels. I'm like, well, I did. So they know that not everyone watches it all. They just try to use that as an argument.
Well, I get that, but that's not an argument. That should never be an argument.
I know,
because I didn't watch Rebels, I don't understand what's happening in Ahsoka. You should tell me what's happening in Ahsoka and what happened in Rebels and Ahsoka. I shouldn't have to go and watch an entire show just to figure out what's going on here.
Its own. Yeah, it should stand on its own legs.
Yeah,
right.
And
now this.
Gray and I we never watched Rebels. I never watched Clone Wars either. Ooh, if your live action show can't hook me within like the first 2 episodes, it's I'm not gonna finish watching it. Right. So
I love Clone Wars, but I'll never say all Clone Wars is supplemental material. That's all it is. It tells you what happens in between 2 and 3.
I think Clone Wars was a little bit different because yes, it can be argued it was supplemental material, but it did something that was lacking in the prequel trilogy, is give the characters arcs, give them development. Yeah. And I feel that one of the things that's missing is, and again, I've been watching this stuff from afar, and I'm not giving I just boycott Disney. I won't pay for Disney Plus, and I won't really watch the stuff, but I enjoy people like The Drinker talking about it. And my takeaway from hearing them talk about it is that you have characters that like Sabine that are kind of like, they fall into it. They're naturals. None of this is earned. And, they have a lot of intersectionality that's blocking characters from making sensible choices, like Ezra. Oh no, I can't use the Force. I have to stand back and be reserved, even if it's going to put everybody in danger, because she needs to be the one to save the day. And and Jack Tarlett says, I sail the high seas. I can't blame you for doing that. I have a buddy
that's what I do.
He has all up on a Plex server, but I would rather spend my time playing games and enjoying content that actually is worth my time than suffering.
Like Robin Hood.
No. I'd rather sit back and play stuff I enjoy or watch stuff I enjoy. Like I've been rewatching Better Call Saul, and I can't just sit there and hate watch this stuff so I can be part of a conversation about something that I stopped being a fan of a decade ago.
Yeah. Did you guys know, by the way, that Dave Filoni, the great and almighty Dave Filoni, does not have a writing credit in Clone Wars?
No, I didn't know that.
He hasn't written anything.
Huh.
Does he really not?
No.
Wookie, I see you in chat. Fact check this for me.
We checked it on my show with Thingy, and actually Andrew. I can't remember what episode it was. I think it was like 3 episodes ago.
I disagree with this.
Yeah, I disagree with it too.
The cartoons can be live action, but the fact would be like if you're doing like comic books, for example, like what the MCU was doing in the beginning, your comic books, your cartoons, they need to be supplemental. They can't have long lasting impacts. They have to be, like character arcs or something like that just help build up a character in a different way. Like when it comes to the Clone Wars series, what they did was they just helped you flesh out a character a little bit more, where you can still watch the prequels and be perfectly fine. You don't need this. They gave me a even better justification for why I liked Anakin so much. Yeah. And they show like Anakin's why he was such a epic person.
Yeah, and I like the way that Anakin goes out of his way to see his apprentice Ahsoka, but his Luke, his dear son or his dear daughter,
he forgets about him.
Who cares?
He has
Luke,
the worst father
your
ever.
school has burnt down and you nearly killed your grandson. Should I show up? Nah.
Okay. Well, let's move on to something a little bit more promising. Let's get this, and we have one more quick hit before we wrap up for the day. From Extrazero, a live-action Cyberpunk 2077 show is reportedly in development. So, Edge Runners can be credited as saving Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Cyberpunk
100%.
had an abysmal launch. It was getting refunded. I paid
still
full
hate
price
it.
for the game, but I actually loved the game, and it ran fine on Xbox. Like, it came out right before the Series X did, and it ran fine on console for me. And I actually found a lot of enjoyment in the game, and then I was glad to see the game get saved through Edge Runners. What do you guys think about this, and do you think that there's any potential for this?
Yes, there is tons of potential. I know that CD Projekt Red, even though they have signed on to ESG and stuff like that, they have actually come out and said, this was after like the success of Edge Runners, that they were going to start working on more like material for Cyberpunk, more shows, more animes. They were actually talking about a possible live action, and the reason like Cyberpunk works very well for this world is Cyberpunk's a bunch of like an anthology series. There is a history within Cyberpunk itself, but for the most part it is just, here's a bunch of random stories interacting within the world of Cyberpunk. So it does work out very well. You don't have this overarching story to it all. There is like an overarching like history story. I have several of the books. I'm a huge Cyberpunk fan. I love this world. It terrifies the shit out of me. But there is no like idea to make this world a better place. It's more just survive.
Yeah. I think it would be great if they did vignettes. Phil, Gray, what do you guys think about this? Were you fans of the game at all?
Gray, you want to go first for this one?
I have the game, but I haven't really. I was waiting for update 2.0, but I haven't really dived into it because I'm playing a lot of games. But yeah, before One Piece, I would say I would be cynical about it, but because of One Piece, I think I'm more optimistic about it now. Since I think Netflix is the one who released Edge Runners, so there's a good chance they're also the ones making this work.
I think Netflix licensed Edge Runners. I believe CD Projekt Red went through a different, because when it comes to Netflix animation, they don't really do that in-house. They license a lot of their projects. They license a lot of stuff, so they just bring it over here. It really depends on who puts out this content, because if Netflix does like they did with The Witcher, it's going to be shit.
Yeah.
But
see one of the comments here. I wonder if it'll be better than The Witcher TV series.
Granted, some of that social justice stuff within Cyberpunk kind of makes sense. Again, like transitioning and stuff like that, that makes full sense within the world of Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I think it could look good, even if you take like the One Piece live action out of the loop here. It's not an anime style world itself. It is a more realistic kind of world that has some wackiness to it and some like weirdness to it, but it's not over the top. It's more dark and depressing.
Yeah, for me, I think with the resurgence of 2099, not 2099, I'm 2077. Like I know that it's doing really well right now. But I did hear that the most recent update, the one with Idris, I heard it's not getting good reception. I'm not 100% if that's true. But the thing is, I can see this being more of a HBO thing, like what they did with The Last of Us. Yeah. I think that even though we did get sort of tricked into watching episode 3 of The Last of Us, I think overall the sentiment of Last of Us, everyone enjoyed it, especially the people who have never played the game. And like what Dermy said, a lot of the stuff that Netflix does, they outsource a lot of their stuff to Powerhouse Studios in Texas. So like all of the Castlevania stuff, that's all Powerhouse. So I can see people getting super excited, especially if you get like some of like maybe some of the actors. I'm not sure if they're ever going to be in it, but
they brought back Keanu for a cameo.
Yeah, like Keanu or like Idris or someone like that. Or but yeah, I did really like Edge Runners. Edge Runners was great. So I know that 2077 did get a like sort of a bump after that series came out. So I'm looking forward to it though. If it is going to be.
And you're right, it got a bump, and it actually got a justifiable bump, because by the time that bump came, Cyberpunk was playable. There was a lot more content in it. There was a lot of fun things because they kept working on it, and they decided to make everything kind of free for everybody. So they just kept building upon this world. And when I went in to play it, I just fell in love. I need to finish it because I started getting pulled away. This is a vibrant world that just I love it. It is just existing in it, is what it is. It terrifies the shit out of me.
Cell Shade
But
has a
it's so
interesting point
unique.
here. He says, I think One Piece is doing well because the creator, not the showrunners. I don't believe the showrunners have actually learned anything. I think that there's kind of two things here, and this kind of goes off of what you were saying, Jeremy. Is that for Cyberpunk, if they're not focusing on the lore, they're focusing on the world. They can tell whatever stories they want within the world.
Yes.
The narrative of Cyberpunk about V, I don't want to see that adapted. I just want to see something else. And so I think one of the problems with The Witcher is that they wanted to tell stories within the world, but then they said, "Hey, let's adapt Geralt's story into the show." I think that was a mistake.
Yeah,
and I think
you could tell V's story, but that's just one story out of thousands. The beauty of the cyberpunk world is essentially everybody has a story, and you can just take one of the best parts about Edge Runners is these are just random people within this world that have no real connection. They don't have real impact or anything like that. This is just a story. So you interact with it, and that's the beauty of the cyberpunk world is it's just a bunch of not really interlocked storylines. So, and I see what Cell Shade did say about showrunners not learning. I kind of have to push back. What they did learn was that they need to actually interact with the creators. They actually did come out, the studio that put it out, it was not Netflix itself. It was somebody that Netflix contracts with. They came out and, because they did Cowboy Bebop, and they actually did come out and say, hey, we did learn from Cowboy Bebop. We need to talk to the creator and be more adherents to the fans. Like they did resonate with that. And it was important that they got Oda to come in because I heard that they wanted to do a storyline, a romance story between Kobe and Axe Hand Morgan's son. They wanted to do a whole love relationship there, and he outright vetoed it.
Good.
You have to, depending on what your content is, World of Cyberpunk, that is a world, make a story within that world. People will like it, people will hate it. One Piece, you actually need the creator there because there is important parts that the creator knows that you don't know, or you need to have somebody that knows this world a whole lot better than you. That's one of the reasons both Wheel of Prime and Rings of Prime are failing. They don't have anybody that knows Tolkien or what Wheel of Time people are. That's why Cyberpunk kind of works though, is because you just need to tell a story.
Yeah, I had this conversation in one of my Twitter chat groups, but the reason why Star Wars has gone down the road it's gone, and then Lord of the Rings, the difference there is with Rings of Power is the Lord of the Rings has a lot more lore, and Tolkien was ADHD to the point of defining his world. So that's why the Lord of the Rings fans did not stand for that. They were a united front against it. Unlike Star Wars, where Lucas was changing things between each of the original movies, and he waffled back and forth on his lore in his own world.
He let other people build out his world. That's what the EU is. That's other people's work. He signed off on it, but he didn't care that much. He wanted to do a story.
All right, let's do one quick hit before we wrap up the show for today. And this one's interesting. This comes from Shad Brooks. You know him, you love him. And this is interesting. So Shad writes, I don't care what anyone else thinks. This is freaking awesome. I wanted to push my AI art skills further and decided to see how realistic I could make one of my hand-drawn illustrations. The result is blowing my mind. FYI, this took more time and effort than a click, about 4 hours work. Seriously, bringing my art into such realism with AI art is so damn cool. It's like seeing my own live action adaptation for my art or a world-class cosplayer bring it to life. So he has this GIF here. Let's go here. There's a static image. But I don't know what he did, but this was a D&D character that he drew for visual reference for other players and for his DM. And he says this is easily the most accurate conversion I've ever done. Usually conversions change and warp a lot of the smaller details, but this time I was able to keep most of it thanks to liberal use of ControlNet and a new technique I tried out. So he's not going into the details really of how he did this, but I think this is really fascinating. And I don't think that this is like a bad case of AI art. I think this is actually pretty cool in the sense that he was able to take a creation, basically get the AI to kind of give a layer of realism to it. And it as a result, I don't think the final product really is soulless at all, like a lot of AI art. What do you guys think about this?
So if you guys don't know my background, I'm a lead artist on a Marvel game. So like I work closely with a lot of art, and I see a lot of outsourcing and stuff. So I think when it comes down to I don't see it as a big problem. I know for industries, people who are in the industry, the games, animation, they hate AI because they fear AI. I think that working together with AI can potentially help a lot. I think a lot of people are just worried that they might be out of their job. But in terms of practicality, I think it's perfectly fine. I think that I think you can use it to come up with like really quick ideas. And the fact that like Shad, he was able to turn his 2D into using AI art. I think you can't just use AI art by itself. You have to do a lot of post work, especially like they will never get the hands like fully like ready to go, right? Like that's why you see a lot of these like AI, like sites or like even AI like accounts on Twitter that are literally like for Coomers and stuff like that. Like they hide the hands because they want to be able to sell the fact that this AI thing is like a real thing. I think if you don't know, like AI has grown exponentially this past year than it has in the past 5 years, right? And it's like that's the reason why a lot of these writer guilds and like these SAG AFTRA and stuff like that, they're all afraid of it, is because they feel like they might get replaced. I think you just got to roll with the punches, and I think it looks cool, right? I think what's it called again? What's his face? The Lost Tales. He mentioned that you just need to like go inside and like touch some stuff up. But I think I think using it as a powerful tool can help you a lot, especially if you're blocked by something, right? Like we get artist block, writer's block, or whatever, and you can use it as a way to help you at least like garner up some like fast, quick thumbnails, or like even colors and like just compositioning. Like it can definitely help you for sure. Like I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same boat as Phil, especially with you can't rely on AI on its own, but you can't use it to your advantage as long as you do your personal touches. I think with this example too, I think he said, I spent 4 hours working on this. So it's not, he didn't just put it in an AI, it didn't just let the AI do it. So he kind of tweaked it on his own too. So I think that's the most that AI will do, regardless how much it advances. Like it doesn't fully automate everything, but it can be a useful tool to automate, to make it a lot faster or more efficient for you, or maybe even better. That's how I see it.
I think this too shows that there is still a place for humans in art, and this also, as you said, it can enhance the abilities for people. There are a lot of people that have something in their mind, and I'm not saying that his initial artwork is bad by any stretch. It's not, but the fact of the matter is, this is probably something that he couldn't draw that in that style, and it now gives him the ability to take one of his creations to that level. So I'm for this. I'm somebody that draws on the side. I do the work that I do is more akin to like what Zadoslav Brzezinski does. Those surrealist hellscapes are what I like to draw, that and Transformers. So two sides of the aisle. But I think this is cool for creatives to have. If you just can't capture a certain style, this gives you the ability to. I just hope in the case of like Shad that people are honest about how they created their work and what tools that they used, rather than saying that they did this themselves. There are a lot of people that present AI art as their own work, and it's not. But I still think that like
wasn't there like you said they present AI as their own work. Wasn't there a guy that during the whole Eric July's
Yes, yeah,
commission
there was.
thing, somebody got caught putting out AI work?
Well, there was a guy that I believe potentially used AI, but he also completely copied a John Stewart cover, like a John Stewart Green Lantern, and converted that over to ISOM. And they were like, no, we recognize this. You can't do this, bro. And he was like, no, this is 100% my artwork. And they're like, they put it side by side, and you could see that he completely like ripped it off.
Yeah.
But I think there was
Can't remember
one
the full story.
that like converted another picture from AI to, into ISOM's colors, and they're like, yeah, we can kind of see through this, prove that it's not AI. Let's see your penciling or anything that you got to say this was you. There was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of, and it's unfortunate because I love Eric July. I love ISOM. I've enjoyed both issues. I can't wait for Alpha Core to come out, but just like the drama that goes on around there, it's just like, I just want to read my books and have a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as like I mentioned, like we do a lot of like reverse lookup. So like there's an engine we can do like reverse lookup, and you can see like if a person copied or like plagiarized a specific piece. Even modelers would do it, right? It's not just like a 2D artist, right? And the fact that you get all these like Lensa, Midjourney, and stuff like that, like and even Photoshop now, like they have a Photoshop 2024 has a new add-in or a plugin where you can actually start generating AI, but all of it pulls from a database of well-known artists, right?
Yeah.
So like even like Kim Jung-ji, who like passed away last year, like he's been dead for a year. They're still using his art in AI. So it's like what can you do with that? But let's say if AI comes to a point where it becomes so powerful, like most recently, DreamWorks got like they let go of like 21 people most recently, right? And if you instead of getting one person that that you're paying $100,000 for, you can hire 5 or 10 people, right? Or maybe just use AI and just instead of hiring a bunch of people, you just have AI, and you need like one principal artist and one art director that can just approve the work instead of having hiring a bunch of people. And that's the reason why automation it's inevitable, right? These people are like, oh, we need more money. We here in California, they're like, oh, we're fast food, we're going to start paying $20 an hour now, right? And then everything is going towards AI. Everything is all like automized, and it's just like you have like kiosks. Same thing with AI art, and I think it's how are you gonna roll with the punches? I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, and even like with ChatGPT, people use that to write scripting, and it used to be that like you could learn to code, and that was a viable job for people in the IT field. But now I could go into GPT and say like, hey, write me a PowerShell script that does this, and it'll output it, and I can test it and see if it works. Now, I don't code for a living, but it's just like I look at that and I'm like, ooh, looking at the people that we pay to do that.
All I view AI as how it should be used is essentially just assistance. Like I'm working on my own manga, and I'm not an artist or anything like that. So when I do get an art person, I would probably use AI art just to give them a reference point of what I want the person to look like. I don't want to use AI art outright to fill up my thing, but I want a general idea. So I would probably merge different anime characters together, different anime mechs together, just to give them an idea. I don't see how that could be wrong, but at the same time, don't outright take it and say it's your own.
Yep. With the writer's strike and the AI writing.
What writer's strike?
Well, they were all so worried. Oh, the AI is going to replace us and take our jobs. And
they weren't worried about AI replacing them. They were worried about who controls it.
And what they announced stupidly after the strike is like, oh, the studios can't decide to use it, but we can if you want to. I'm like, hang on, you can't have you're basically having your cake and eating it too here.
Well, their shows are about to get a whole lot better.
Yeah, I agree, because the AI will keep track of continuity. The writers can't.
Well,
that's true.
The thing that's so stupid about that is, like, I think they said the contract was like for 3 years, right? The only problem is in that 3 years, AI is going to finally get to the point where it's not so messed up. Like I know now it's not really to the level where they could just put something in and then put it straight into development.
It's like deep fakes.
Yeah, exactly. Given that 3 years, they're going to be able to improve AI to the point where it is viable completely to write these scripts. And then they go, okay, time for your new contract. Guess what? We don't need you. So all they're doing is, it's not like the studio had to say, oh, we're never going to use AI again. They just said, okay, we're not going to use it for this 3 years where it's still not viable. But second it is, you guys are probably gone. So,
have you ever seen the AI commercials? I want to pull this up real quick. I know we're about at time.
No,
but there is an AI made TV commercial where somebody just asked it to make a pizza commercial, and it's both hilarious and horrifying at the same time.
Did you by any chance see that stupid YouTuber who does AI content made by AI, and he recently uploaded like his AI wife, AI child?
No, I didn't see any of this.
Oh, I need to link you this.
Here, I'm gonna put something in the private chat and let you guys decide whether you want to show it. This is what I love AI for.
Well, you might love this. So this is called Pepperoni Hug, and this is a fake pizza restaurant that a fake commercial, a commercial for a fake restaurant that was made by AI. Oh.
Are you ready for best pizza of life? Bring friends down to Pepperoni Hug Spot. Our chefs make pizza with heart and special touch. Cheese.
That family looks derpy.
And more secret things. Need delivery? Pizzas come fast.
Oh crap!
Yeah, pizza magic. Eat Pepperoni Hug Spot.
Oh Lord, no! This is nightmare fuel.
I've seen that before. It's hilarious.
Even that tagline, like pepperoni, but with more cheese. Let's see what you shared real quick. So
again, I'm gonna let you decide whether you want to show it on stream or not.
No, we're not gonna show that.
Have you been far? Even as decided to use and go long for?
I will say, just take a look at it. I love that people are doing this with AI. I find it hilarious.
We can't show that.
Jesus Christ, Dermy.
I love this one from last night. It was the funniest one.
I'll show you another Nightmare Fuel one. Here is an AI generated McDonald's commercial. We'll do this, and then we'll wrap up. So this is AI made its own McDonald's commercial, and it's horrifying.
Wow. Gee, welcome to McDonald's. The absolute bomb when it comes to fast food. At McDonald's, we have this insane talent, making everything sound way more fast than an actual.
This looks like a Japanese commercial.
This is horrifying.
Jeremy, what are you doing?
It's Dermy.
Extraordinary drive-thru extravaganza where your dreams of getting your order right might just take an unexpected turn. Like for real. No wheels? Don't worry, babe. We've got a special haven reserved exclusively.
It's like he took LSD and then fell asleep.
Yeah.
For those
I feel like I'm in They Live.
Because like
we don't need no double patties.
Inside.
This is the world I want to create with McDonald's.
Fabulous
Oh
stuff.
man.
Seriously, at McDonald's.
It goes on.
Donald's twist. Mr. Donald's is all about living it effortlessly.
What the hell?
I'm loving it.
Oh man. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
So
all was accursed.
Tommy comes in with £5 saying Robin Hood would have been so much better if director graphics used AI instead of actors.
Would it though? Would it? I shared a link in the chat. This is the guy that I was mentioning.
Cop, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And he does like AI versions of a wife, or like a family, and he does like YouTube channels solely built by AI. And it's just like he's getting ratioed into oblivion. So yeah, this is just kind of uncanny valley kind of stuff. This is the tweet that's getting like completely ratioed, and it's just like that is just creepy, dude. That is just weird.
Very creepy.
Yeah.
But wait, it's a real girl or
No, you just made one out of AI.
Here
I
you
see.
associate my AI girlfriend went to the beach today.
That's not
Wait.
weird.
You have an AI girlfriend and an AI daughter.
Yeah.
AI daughter's Asian somehow.
Yeah.
Staying out of this. I'm
very
giving up.
weird.
You know what?
very
We talked about a guy last night who
the human race is doomed.
Yeah.
The
It looks
human
like the
race is
soy
doomed.
version of the
Yeah,
guy
that-
from South Park.
That video right there of him talking, that's all AI.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
he's like, oh, I know, like he basically there's a video of him talking. He's like, oh, you guys think AI is bad, so we'll decide to go a different way and stuff like that. And then at the end of the video, it's like a gotcha. It's like, just letting you know, this whole thing was AI. And he comes out of it like him wearing glasses, and he's like, I've been working on this for a long time. It's like, it's basically, yeah, there it is.
Here we go.
It's only gonna get crazier and better moving forward.
You can tell there's an uncanny valley
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, the way he blinks.
Oh God. I just responded here. No thanks. I'm not interested in Eternal Life. I've seen enough.
Jeez.
3 years will be replaced by it. The meme stream will just
Well,
be
I mean-
AI generated.
I mean, there's memers now that are making AI memes.
Yeah. There was one that she shall not be named.
Oh damn.
Oh no, like
how?
I'm not even just talking about that. Like I've been trying to catch up on tabletop, Geeks and Gamers tabletop. And they have their whole gilded they have a little meme section, and somebody in there is just doing AI memes the whole time.
I think a core member uses a lot of AI.
Well, Grant Gregory does, but Grant also fills in the blanks. He puts in the work like Chad does, where he'll perfect things. I don't like. I remember we both were in an arms race to reconstruct Flawed's body from the partial, and I did it just by taking other things of Flawed and other limbs of Flawed from pictures and matching the skin tones and the brightness. But it just kind of shows like AI can approximate stuff. So. Yeah.
Crazy times.
Very crazy. Well, we're at about the 2-hour mark, so let's go ahead and wrap up. Let's do kind of a roundtable of anything that anybody wants to shout out or promote. We'll start from the bottom. Horny Alf, you got anything you wanna shout out and just let the folks know where they can find you?
Yeah, I'm Horny Alf. You catch me on Twitter, dropping memes and pop culture commentary. I also have a YouTube channel and a Twitch. I do some gaming streams throughout the week. My Sunday night game stream is kind of my big one. 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. Started out with just me and Ryan Reaper playing through Halo together. Now we're doing, it's me, Devil Made Me Do It, Ryan Reaper, and Green Haired Anti-Liberal. And we're doing some spooky stuff this month. So we'll be playing Dead by Daylight on this
Real
Sunday
quick.
night.
Did we get Tomby's super chat?
We did. So yeah, we got Tomby, and thank you, Tomby, for the support today. It's much appreciated, my friend.
Okay. Also on Sunday afternoons, 3:15 Central Standard Time, I have a show that I'm a part of. It's on my channel as well as a couple other people's channel. It's Star Trek Engage. We're going through the first season of the original series, so check that out. We usually go for a couple hours, and then when I'm not on my channel, you can catch me on Dermy Wormy's channel on Friday nights and Vets Talking on Saturday nights. So there you go.
Right on. Dermy, how about you?
Actually, here in about 10 minutes or so, I'm going to be over on my channel pre-gaming before Vets Talking tonight and just playing some more of the Pokemon DLC. I still need to finish up that. Come up by my channel. Hopefully Monday I'll have Robin Hood episode 2 out in my review format. I'm going to try to get G Gundam reviews started up again and fighting the YouTube algorithm right now, wanting to limit all my content. So yeah, there's that, but still managing to get 1,000 viewed videos. I love it. And I will never make another video on Taylor Swift again. I hate her. So.
If Kenzo was right now here, he'd defend Taylor Swift.
There's no defense of that.
Kenzo's
There's
the
none.
Swiftie.
She's got a great back taco there, Demi.
Yeah, we found that
She's
out on
ruined the Chiefs for me.
Beelzebub
Fuck
Pub.
off.
That fuck off was very insincere. Like you could hear it.
Listen, I don't have anybody here that can say I see you next Tuesday in an elegant way. This is how much I despise this woman. They're making the Chiefs one of my favorite teams, just this virtue signaling garbage. Now every single stupid game I have, Taylor Swift, and then here's Travis Kelce doing what he's doing, and it's fuck off.
Because now we got
That's how you really feel,
bad
Tommy.
blood. You don't.
Well, you don't like Mr. Pfizer being your spokesperson for your team there, Dermy?
No, I don't.
Oh my. Well, moving right along. True Pop, how about you, bud? What do you got coming up, and where can folks find you?
Yeah, you can find my channel at TruePopCulture7, or you can follow me on Twitter at TrueCulture7. Tomorrow's show around the same time as the Legion show. I'll have a very special guest, Mark the Cyborg. I'll also have a huge guest towards the first week of November. I've got him scheduled. I'm very excited for him. Not going to announce it yet. I'm going to keep that to myself. I've also uploaded a recent video of me playing Avengers. It's if you like watching someone in pain and with some funny edits, then I do recommend a watch. Stay tuned for. I keep forgetting to show this. If you have any stream suggestions for me to do a video on, do let me know by my Twitter at TrueCulture7 or in my YouTube comments. I am a little busier in real life, but I've been stuck on ideas onto what meme video to do, because whenever I don't do a meme video, no one seems to notice that I don't just do memes. I guess I kind of walked into that, like, of it being a meme channel, but I try to do more stuff than just memes on my channel. But you can check out my channel and give a subscribe, and that helps out a ton. So
awesome.
Cheers.
Very cool. And CJP, how about you, buddy?
You can always find me on Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays on Etepo Queens, the place to be reviews. Although we don't have a show tonight, so I'm part of the Horseman over on his channel. You can find me on YouTube and Rumble at Forgotten One Music. I've got the Forgotten One cast Thursday nights on 7 p.m. Central. This week, I'm waiting for confirmation, but I should have Gamersician on, and then the next week I'm working on getting Desiree Wright to join me.
Nice.
So we just talk music and do all that. And then I've got everything ready for my album release in December. So I'll be doing a live stream in December when that's all ready to go of original synthwave music.
Very cool. Next up, Devil Made Me Do It. How about you, man? Where can people find you, and what do you got coming up?
Coming up, we got Get Ranked tomorrow. It's Sylvester Stallone movies, ranking them. We got I'm on Engaged 2 with Horny Alf. Then we got the game stream after that. I'm on 12 shows a week, so you'll find me somewhere. Beelzebub Pub every Saturday morning, essentially. It's 12 a.m. So it's late for everyone. And just look out for me.
Oculus, how about you, man?
Well, you can follow me on Twitter, where I mostly do Friday night type memes going on. Maybe I'll probably implement some AI images to put them on. So probably next week I'll probably implement those.
Right on. So Phil and Gray, how about you guys? For those that are new to you all, just let folks know where they can find you and anything you want to promote.
Gray, you can go first.
Please follow Project Eggroll. I'm working on gaming content there. And as for my personal channel, you can follow me at Greyblade. I have the handle, my name. In that channel, it's mostly Japanese role-playing games. So I also try to live stream what the video that I'm covering on. Right now, it's Code Vein. And I'm also working on a new channel, but it's mostly a general gaming channel because I'm being associated with I just play JRPGs, which is not true. So I'm currently trying to cover Witchfire, which is a early access game. So yeah.
Nice.
Yes, and you can find me anywhere at Mr. Philip Chan. I'm on Twitter. I have my own channel, and you can find me on Instagram if you want to follow that. But yes, please do follow Project Eggroll. We are actually going to be going live in about 3.5 hours, so about 7 p.m. Pacific time, and then 10 p.m. Eastern. And that's it for us.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. It's been a pleasure. I know Rox would love to have you back. I know he's a huge fan and would love to have a conversation with his own. So hopefully he can reach out and arrange that. Unfortunately, like I said, he's got some stuff going on today. Before we wrap, just want to go ahead and again shout out to Jeremy from the Quartering and Coffee Brand Coffee. Go check out coffeebrandcoffee.com. We have an affiliate link or an affiliate promo code that's Hail the LOM, Hail the Legion of Memers. So Hail the LOM at Coffee Brand Coffee. We'll get you a discount at checkout. So please use our affiliate link. Helps out our channel. Really do want to encourage you all to do that. You're going to support a great independent business and help support our channel in the process. And if you love coffee, it's a win-win. As for me, I'm Extrazero08 on Twitter. You can find me here every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. I guess we'll also throw in the Pacific time to 1 p.m. Pacific if you're out on the West Coast. We do have a lot of viewers out there. You can also find me on my show, Figure Action. We are the Figure Action Podcast on YouTube. And if you're into collecting, we cover Transformers, Star Wars, Black Series, Marvel Legends, Storm Collectibles, SH Figuarts, a lot of imports. We talk about industry news and goings on. And we also do an interview series on the channel. So check us out every Thursday at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So that'll do it for today's show. Again, I had a great time talking to you all. I wish we had more time in the day, but big ups for coming on, and we hope to see you again. I'm going to go ahead and play the outro, and I hope everybody has a great rest of their Saturday.